including game days. Come celebrate football. Cheer with a wild herd at the bar at Buffalo Wild Wings.
When it's clearance time, smart customers rush to Richards Honda because all of your favorite Honda models are at a fantastic price. And with our fanatical customer care, it's no wonder why people call Richards Honda the smart choice.
Many people are injured and can't afford to get the treatment they need because insurance companies won't pay until the case is closed. I'm attorney Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
Offices in Baton Rouge.
104.5 WNXX Jackson, 104.9 KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. 1045ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hey, it's Dorian Oka. Join me and Mel Kiper Jr. for Dorian Mel Saturday mornings at 8 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everyone. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, September 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see partly cloudy skies with a high of 81. Coming up today on Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota, Hunt Palmer of the LSU Sports Radio Network joins us at 7:30. LSU Senior Associate Athletic Director Robert Munson stops by at 7:45. Special Assistant to Coach O, Derek Panamsky, will be here at 8:15. SEC Network Analyst Cole Kublik at 8:30. The LSU Sports Radio Network's Marlon Favorite at 9, and the Ottfather, Jimmy Ott, Ben Mintz, and Megan Making Money in the D-Generation Dome at 9:30. Follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch live over at the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content posted there daily. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Off and at it off the bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN up in Alexandria. We are online at 104.5ESPN.com. We're always on YouTube. Remember, you can search us there at the 104.5 ESPN station. Jump inside the Bayou Ford chat app. It is a Free Beer Friday here on Off the Bench as we get you set for game day. Just a little over 24 hours from now, LSU will kick it off inside Death Valley versus a conference opponent, Mississippi State, and Mike Leach coming in for the first time. Bulldogs, underdogs, 16.5 points. We'll get you set up here on Off the Bench on this Friday morning. We're going to talk to Robert Munson. A couple of last-minute safety checks before tomorrow's game. Traffic, parking passes, tickets. What's tomorrow going to look like? He'll get you set up for your travel in. Your viewing pleasure of the game. 8:15, Derek Panamsky is going to stop by, talk about the latest hype video LSU put out to get ready for Mississippi State this offseason. Coach O getting ready for game day as the defending national champs. Cole Kublik talking an SEC schedule with us. Hunt Palmer, 7:30 this morning from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Marlon Favorite, his broadcast partner at 9 a.m. this morning. The D-Generation Dome, the Ottfather,
Megan Making Money.
Ben Mintz. That's T-Bob Hebert. I'm Jordy Collada. Matthew Musso, Danny Cardenas here with you until 10 a.m. this morning. Every single day, Off the Bench is driven and powered by All-Star Toyota. We've got sound here from Sean Payton, Sheldon Rankins, Ed Ogeron, getting you set up for the weekend. Pac-12 says, bleep it. Let's play. They set a date yesterday. We'll tell you all about it coming up inside your headlines.
Well, what about F. King? I thought the SEC was ignoring reality.
F. King, man.
I mean, what about F. King?
He's drunk.
I thought he said that we were ignoring
Seriously,
reality down here.
Yes.
Yeah, Jill, too real.
Right,
back
easy.
it up.
Back it up.
Yeah, also, man, I don't know what this was, but I got a Raven right before the show. It was a missive from an old friend, one who we've gone on many adventures with. I don't know. He said something about showing up at 8 a.m., so we'll see. I don't know.
Hang
we'll
out
have
at
to
8
see
a.m.
what's going on.
I saw the worst of Little League last night. At some point, I'll tell you about it. Here are your headlines on this Friday, September 25th. It's all good, Musso. No harm, no foul on this Friday. We're in a good mood. We got
Headlines
football
on
tomorrow.
Off the Bench.
We're also handing away free beer. Find out what the hashtag is over at Mockler Beverage. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the hat, the swag pack that Mockler dropped off yesterday. Shout out to Victoria Hines and the crew over there for dropping off the swag to T-Bob and the off-the-bench crew. And the rest of us, you see the hat, you see the 20 bottles of long necks with the national championship logo
Such a good logo, isn't it?
on that Bud Light case. Pick yours up for this weekend if you're going to be watching at home. Headlines. LSU, Mississippi State. We told you, Tigers favored by 16.5. Yesterday, Zach Von Rosenberg turned 30.
Yeah.
He tweeted out last month he might take advantage of the COVID-19 rule where he can come back next year and play as a 31-year-old.
I really hope he does.
I hope he does, too.
I hope he does.
He's
I hope
just-
he does too.
Yeah, I just can't help but think about Tommy Boy. Plenty of people go to college for 7 years, Richard.
Yeah, they're called doctors. Here's Ed Ogeron talking yesterday about Mike Leach and his success at Washington State.
Being on the West Coast, those guys, we grew up down here in pads and playing football. Those guys are on 7-on-7. I mean, it's a 7-on-7 league. So they're 4 or 5 years old. They're throwing the football. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are getting trained by a lot of trainers out there. There's weather good all year round. So, they fancy themselves with throwing the ball. The job that Mike Leach did at Washington State is incredible. But, he's done a great job wherever he's at. He's a great football coach, a great football mind, and he's got a lot of talent at Mississippi State. He's going to do a great job.
I think, I don't know what that answer, I don't know what the question was that spurred that answer, but it sounds like Coach O was getting some stuff off his chest about how he felt like maybe the youth football scene in California is. Just a tad bit soft.
Neil Farrell update from Coach O.
Really good. I mean, really good. You can expect him to get some snaps. He's come back with a renewed attitude. Has practiced phenomenal. Work hard all week. I think he's still getting in game shape. I don't think he can play a whole game yet, but I think he can give you 20 to 30 snaps if we need it.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. I thought they would be more all in on Farrell, considering he was the most statistically productive defensive lineman last year, leading that group in tackles, TFLs, and run stuffs. But we will see. Maybe it's subterfuge, but probably he's just not quite back in full game shape just yet.
Carly Woodard inside the Bayou Ford chat app over on YouTube
what's up?
asking how you find the hashtag. Get over to Mockler Beverage social media sites. They should have the hashtag posted. Follow them there. Get back to the chat app brought to you by Bayou Ford and drop that hashtag and we'll get you qualified before we get out of here at 10 a.m. this morning. Pac-12 yesterday will play a 7-game schedule. They announced a 7-game conference schedule beginning on November 6th. The decision voted on by the Pac-12 CEO group on Thursday represents an official reversal after the conference announced it in early August. It would postpone all sports until at least January 1st, citing health concerns related to the coronavirus pandemic. The Pac-12 move comes in the wake of a similar announcement last week from the Big Ten, which will start its football season on October 24th. Every Pac-12 team will play 5 opponents in its division, plus a divisional crossover game prior to the December 18th conference championship. Pac-12 has not received any indication it will be ineligible for the college football playoff due to its reduced schedule, sources said. Last night in the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers are a victory away from returning to the NBA Finals, and only another comeback from a 3-1 Denver Nuggets team can stop them. Anthony Davis had 34, LeBron James had 26, and the Lakers beat the Nuggets 114-108 on Thursday night. Game 5 is Saturday night when the Lakers can reach the NBA Finals for the first time in a decade.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that this still feels like a series at all, but I guess it has to when you look at what the Nuggets have done this time. But, I mean, if you watched LeBron D up Jamal Murray at the end of that game last night, there might be something different about trying to come back on LeBron and AD versus the Jazz or versus who's the last round that they did it to?
They did to the Clippers.
To the Clippers, yes, that's right. To the Jazz and Clippers. So, yeah, I think the Lakers roll. I think the Heat roll. I think we are going to get that LeBron James versus the Heat finals.
Yeah, the Miami Heat can close out the Boston Celtics tonight in the bubble. Miami Dolphins last night on Thursday Night Football walloped the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-13 as Ryan Fitzpatrick had a pretty big night last night on Thursday Night Football for the Miami Dolphins. Coming up for the NFL this weekend, the New Orleans Saints will host the Green Bay Packers on Sunday night. That will be inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Sean Payton was on his conference call on Thursday and talking about the Packers and what he sees on film.
Well, the first thing you look at is their balance. They're not one-dimensional. They're rushing the ball right at the top of the league. Their skill positions are outstanding, and obviously Aaron has got great command of what they're doing. They've really pressured the opposing offenses because in both cases, by the second half, teams they're playing against are one-dimensional. So you can point to a lot of specifics. I think their scheme has been fantastic. Obviously, Aaron executing it is comfortable in it. But I think most importantly, you're seeing the balance, and I think that's the challenge.
And that's where it gets interesting. So, look, the contributing factors to how good the Packers have looked through the first 2 weeks are many. First off, Aaron Rodgers is just really damn good, right? We know that. Second off, they have played terrible teams. Both the Lions and the Vikings look like they may be among the worst teams in the entirety of the NFL. And one of the things that in these games they've been running the ball. They've been running the hell of the ball. I think, what did Jones go for, like 250 on the ground or something last week? I think it was around 200. If you're a Saints fan, you can feel good about that. Because if there's one thing the Saints have done consistently for years now, it has stopped the run. Now, granted, with Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he can still go out there and beat you, but it's not going to look like it did last Sunday against the Vikings where they ran first to open things up. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to beat you. I look for the Saints to bounce back Sunday night.
Sheldon Rankins was talking yesterday as well about getting Marcus Davenport back on that defensive line.
Yeah, listen, it's always good to get that big guy back out there. I know he's been working his ass off, trying to get back out there and get back to the team and help us. So it's good to see him back out there. Obviously he's got to continue to take care of his business and continue to progress. But just getting him back out there for what little he was out there, that's big. We just got to continue to build on that. And then once we get him back into the fold, it's going to be scary.
It doesn't sound like we should expect much from Marcus Davenport this Sunday. But who needs him? When you got Trey Hendrickson. Sacks every game. Hendrickson, the double-digit Hendrickson sack dream takes another step this Sunday. Probably not, actually. You're probably not going to get Aaron Rodgers.
Those are your headlines. What's trending here on Off the Bench Daily? We're powered by All-Star Toyota. Remember, you can find All-Star Toyota online at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Remember, if you need a rental this weekend, stop in the service department and ask Lisa Sessions about getting into a rental for some time. T-Bob can tell you firsthand
still in
how easy that is.
Super easy. Took no time at all. Quick fact about last night's Thursday night game that I thought was hilarious. So Ryan Fitzpatrick beats the Jaguars, and I'm sorry if you heard this, but he became the first player in NFL history to beat a single team with 6 different franchises.
Wow.
He has started 6 different games for 6 different teams against the Jaguars.
That's so good.
And he has beaten them with all of them. He may have started more games, but he has beaten them with 6 different franchises. What a snapshot of the career that Fitzmagic has had.
Abracadabra.
Hey, he looked incredible in the postgame too last night. A man after my own heart. Beautiful beard, unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt down to it's kind of my exact aesthetic. It's showing off the chest hair. Got into a specific answer Q&A about chest hair and the appropriate time to show it. So, man, he's good for. He'll charm you a couple nights a year like this.
He's got about 3 or 4 weeks left.
Also, the Jags are terrible, so I take back all the Jags takes that I've had so far. I just really got swept up in Gardner Minshew last week.
I'm glad you've come around finally.
He won me.
It's about time.
He won me the Degenerate Dome game head to head.
They're a terrible football team.
Yeah,
and franchise, by the way.
Yeah.
Starting the preview as we get set for kickoff tomorrow inside Tiger Stadium, LSU Mississippi State 2:30. Your coverage begins 9:30 tomorrow morning on Eagle 98.1. Remember, all day coverage from Guarantee Media, whether it's pregame, post-game, whiskey and wine, we'll have you set up, or the in-game action. You can actually listen to the game on the LSU flagship, Eagle 98.1. As we said, that'll kick off 2:30 tomorrow. Jam-packed here on this Off the Bench on this Friday. Lots of football to break down over the next 3 hours. Come back with us.
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hey, remember about the Tiger tune-up over at AccuTemp. Tomorrow, if you're watching the game at home, make sure you text halftime to 31996, 31996, and you can receive half off of your Tiger tune-up. That includes a full tune-up of your air conditioner or heater, whichever you'd prefer. It includes the cleaning the outdoor coils. You can check the refrigerant levels. You can check carbon monoxide levels, and check all safety and electrical components of your HVAC system. If you want to find out more information about AccuTemp, they're online at AccuTempBR.com.
I'm like a NASCAR driver. Mockler on the chest, AccuTemp right here on the hat. But look, I was blown away after working with AccuTemp and seeing their facility, see how they treat their customers. This sort of maintenance is stuff you're going to have to do anyway, but with AccuTemp, you're going to get the best rates. You're also going to have the best experience guaranteed. It's how they have a 4.9 on Google reviews despite having over 1,000 reviews. Go to AccuTempBR.com today.
Football is back. Tune in Sunday for a full day of NFL coverage starting at noon with the Bengals and the Eagles, followed by the Cowboys and Steelers at 3:25 and the Saints-Packers at 7:20. Then, Monday Night Football as the Ravens host the Chiefs. The NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When it's clearance time, smart customers rush to Richards Honda because all your favorite Honda models are at fantastic prices. And with our fanatical customer care, it's no wonder people call Richards Honda the smart choice.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Your Honda needs some TLC, and Richards Honda is the smart place to get it. With oil changes at just $39. And with so many service bays, you'll be in and out super fast. Schedule.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele, Jay Ducote, Ryan Terrio, and the guest picker. It's all Friday 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, stick around. We got Hunt Palmer coming up. Robert Munson's going to stop by in the first hour, get us set up for tomorrow. Hunt Palmer from the LSU Sports Radio Network. You'll want to be here at 8 a.m. as I think we're going to revive a segment here on Off the Bench. 8:15, we'll talk to Derek Panamsky, special assistant to Ed Ogeron over at LSU football. We'll talk to him about getting prepared for game day as the program has been in a long offseason as the reigning national champs. They'll begin their defense tomorrow. And Cole Kublik will stop by and talk about SEC football. And LSU, Mississippi State, everybody is looking forward to that one tomorrow, T. And this is a big matchup when we saw the schedule come out from a Southeastern Conference standpoint. You looked at LSU beginning this defense of the national championship with first-year head coach Mike Leach coming in, which really kind of presents a challenge that leaves a lot of uncertainty. You don't know a lot about.
He's certainly more challenging than another year of Joe Moorhead would have been, right? I mean, that's
especially
not exactly
with this roster, right?
That's not exactly saying much, but I mean, Brandon Walker did basically describe how Bulldog fans have felt, which is a lot like LSU fans felt for very long, which is that Moorhead offense just felt like it was 24/7 missionary with nothing ever mixed up. Mike Leach is a complete opposite, maybe too much. He's going to be freaking ways you're not quite ready for. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I'm down for that, Mike, but I am down to watch. And this Saturday, I think it's going to be pretty fascinating, man. If I had to kind of predict the flow of this game, I do think LSU rolls. I think Leach and company may have a bit of success early on. I'm very interested to see how they look to get the ball to Kylan Hill. It's not just going to be through handoffs and running the ball, right? So I went on Mississippi State podcast last night, and they were talking about in high school, I guess Hill played in a very spread attack and was used as a receiver constantly, lined up in the slot. And so they're going to look to advance that skill set once again. So like I said, look, the air raid, one interesting thing about it is because of all those little intermediate quick hitting stuff, they're throwing to space. They're not necessarily relying on guys to win one-on-ones. So I think early on you're going to neutralize that secondary a bit. And it's going to look like, man, how are they dinking and ducking and having success? But eventually the clamps will come on. Eventually the talent breaks through. Maybe Derek Stingley comes up with a pick, maybe one of the newcomers, because why would you ever throw at Derek Stingley anymore? And then I think it's a rout. Like once the defense shuts it down, then I think it's a rout. The offense, I'm actually expecting the offense to do well from the jump. And the reason is, Jordy, I think in the box score tomorrow, I think you will read, or what do you think? Will you read more runs or more passes?
I think it's going to be a very balanced attack, but I think that they'll actually probably run the ball more tomorrow than they throw it.
I agree. That is that would be my prediction as well. So, but that's a good thing. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
I think that might be the strength of this team, and then I think that opens the door then for Miles to have a ton of success. Now, again, I will say this: when you look at the Mississippi State team, they're not particularly strong anywhere on defense, but they are really bad in the secondary. So, if we are going to be wrong, that would be why, because you should be able to kill them in the secondary, and I don't know how they're going to match up with Terrace Marshall, much less the rest of the crew. I mean, and Butte and McMath and Arik Gilbert. We're almost there, boys. We're less than 24 hours away. Not less than, that's bad math. We are a little over 24 hours away from watching Arik Gilbert live, dude.
Looking at Gilbert, B.J. Ojolari, you've heard all about the freshman.
They were trying to tell me last night that I can't remember old boy's name, Brule. They got a guy that's going to D-up Gilbert.
Sweet.
They have a guy that's going to shut him down and cover it. They said they're not worried about him. They're not worried.
That's what I
about
love. See, that's what they're talking about over at LSU. Nobody is prepared for how good Gilbert's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got Mississippi State podcasters saying that they've got some fifth stringer that's going to line up and guard him.
Shout out my guy Derek Thomas, too, who's on it's his Black Dogs sports podcast. It's awesome, man.
Ogeron was speaking yesterday post-practice about keeping game day routines the same.
Oh, yeah, same stuff. Getting ready. Tomorrow's Focus Friday. We're going to beat the drum. We're going to have walkthroughs. We're going to Lod Cook. We're doing all the same stuff. We'll walk down the Tiger Walk, have our clap session before, put our suits on. Whoever's on the Tiger Walk, just tell them to cheer loud. I think these young men are going to be awfully excited. They're excited to play something else. I think that's where you're going to get most of the energy from.
You'll have the pandemic hovering over college football throughout the season, obviously. So Ogeron was asked about a backup plan if Corona strikes.
Yeah, it's not right now, but we do have a backup plan. Obviously, I love having Scott Linehan. I love having him there. Mickey Joseph, our associate head coach. Those guys can do a good job of handling. James Craig can handle the run game. So those guys, I think that we'll all pitch into the game plan. Somebody was on offense, on defense. We have Bill. Bill has done a great job for us. We have Kevin Call, who's an analyst, could step in as an extra coach. If one coach was done, it could be a defensive coordinator, could call plays. So I think we're in good shape.
Ogeron, speaking of the health of his squad going into game one.
I think we're the best we've been. And I think that we got a couple guys with some nicks and bruises, but as right now, nobody's out as far as I know. We're ready to go.
O was speaking yesterday about what he expects from his defense under new leadership in Bo Pelini.
Good. First of all, the style of defense that we're playing is an attack defense. We're coming. We're attacking every day, every down. We're playing tight coverage. And then again, the speed of our defense. I think that the strength of our defense is the speed of our linebackers. And obviously, having a guy like Derek Stingley and Jacoby Stevens back there with Todd Harris, Cordell Flott, I think those guys are very fast. I do believe we're going to put a rush on people. This guy's going to be tough because of the splits. You're going to get the ball out there quick. But I do believe that Bo has done a great job in turnover ratio, and those guys are going to lead the charge.
Yeah, something interesting Coach O hit on there. That is one of the great advantages of the air raid, right? You neutralize the pass rush because of how quick that ball comes out. So I don't know if you're going to see sack numbers, but I still think that we can start to get an idea of hopefully what the disruptive nature of this defense is. So, like, if you want something to watch tomorrow, don't necessarily be married to sack. Watch the line. When the defensive line's on there, like, watch after the ball snap. Don't look at the quarterback until he throws it. Watch the line play and see if Logan and Ika, all your interior guys, see if they're beating those blocks quickly, because down the road against non-air raid teams, that will translate into sacks.
One more from O about his defense and what he expects on Saturday.
We do have a lot of nickel. Obviously, nickel is the base package nowadays in football. We do have some dime, and we're gonna mix those guys up. Cordell Flott, Jay Ward if he's available, Derek Stingley. Those guys are all interchangeable down there. Jabril Cox could play some. We can move a safety down. Todd Harris can do it. So I think we're very multiple, and we have a lot of guys that can play different positions in nickel and dime.
I mean, that's like Jabril Cox at corner.
Well, I mean, they talk about his coverage all the time, man. I mean, every time I hear about Jabril Cox, it's about his coverage.
He said he could play nickel. He said that multiple times. He just said he could play nickel.
That's wild, dude. Eli Ricks, not mentioned there, but I got to imagine that was just a slip of the mind, right? Is he that nickel guy? I mean, it seems like Flock kind of has it on the outside. Oh, is it up in the air?
Well, I don't know if it's up in the air, but I mean, if you're paying attention, he hasn't mentioned him the last couple of times. He's been talking about that nickel spot. I don't know if he's trying to send a message, or I don't know if he is truly out of the mix right now. But I expect Ricks to get some playing time tomorrow for sure. He's one of those high-end freshmen that we've talked about.
Flott is the guy, though. He's the guy that could surprise me. The guy that, especially nationally, people don't know about him at all. I mean, I feel like we still don't fully know him, but I think this is going to be his breakout party this year.
I agree with you. All-Star Toyota brings you off the bench daily here. Remember, online, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Get over there and shop the inventory today, whether you're looking for brand new car inventory, used car inventory, pre-owned and certified. You can find it all online at All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. We'll continue the discussion with Hunt Palmer next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you by Central Plumbing Company, online centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. You can find them there. Online at centralplumbing.org. If you're looking for a residential or commercial plumbing service, you can find it at Central Plumbing. They're online, centralplumbing.org. Remember, they can help you out with generators, too. We've had some terrible weather come through South Louisiana, through the state of Louisiana over the last month. If you've experienced power outages, if you experience any time where you need a generator, remember Central Plumbing Company can help you. Online, centralplumbing.org.
Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org for all your plumbing needs. Doesn't matter what they are. It's not just residential. If you have an office building or a business, you need your building's plumbing needs met. They have the correct insurance, paperwork, and personnel to do so. But, for me, it is just residential, right? I need a toilet fixed here, a drain there. water squirting out some pipes. Plumbing's hard. I normally do two things. Can't really do that on plumbing, so I just call Central Plumbing 925-8552, and it's a great experience every time. CentralPlumbing.org.
Saints coverage, Chiefs, Cowboys, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
It's a football Friday on Jimmy Ott's Game Time. The guys preview LSU's season opener against Mississippi State and make all their weekly picks. We're live at Ruffino's on Highland Road from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, LSU Mississippi State tomorrow, 2:30 kickoff, 9:30 pregame for you on Eagle 98.1. Tune in. Hanny and I will be getting you set for kickoff. Moscona and T-Bob will be on ESPN on the Scoreboard Show, and of course, your pregame from the LSU Network. Sports Radio Network is going to be anchored by Hunt Palmer. Fourth season? This fourth year? Third year? Fourth year. Yep. Going into his fourth season as the anchor host in studio. He'll be at TJ Ribs for the pregame show, and he'll be in studio on campus for your postgame show tomorrow following the game as soon as it goes final as LSU Mississippi State kickoff at 2:30. It's here. Does it feel like it?
So last night was my first kind of twinge because I was going in doing more research, kind of cleaning everything up. I was watching interviews that you guys have done and that Matt has done from some Mississippi State people. It kind of felt that way. I'm still not totally there. This helps. This is the first time I've been in here since March.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Mickey Joseph about it. I did my pregame interview with him up at the facility on Wednesday night, and I was like, it just doesn't feel like football on the outside. He goes, we're sick of practicing. Like, we have been practicing forever. I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They'll be ready to go.
What does he say about his group?
You know, they're really talented. It's a point that I brought up yesterday on Hester's show, and it's the national. And like T-Bob, you had Brandon Walker on yesterday, and he's not a college football analyst. He's just a goof off at Barstool who's good content. But he literally said on your show yesterday, I just don't think LSU's ready to reload with a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys.
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay,
what everybody says.
John Emery, number 1 running back in the country. Ty Davis-Price, 4-star. Terrace Marshall, number 1 wide receiver in the country. Kayshawn Boutte, 5-star. Eric Gilbert, 5-star. Number 1 tight end in the country. Like, everyone that's going to touch the ball tomorrow is a 4-star or 5-star, including Miles Brennan, who is an Elite 11 guy and an Under Armour All-American. So that's just patently false. Now, there's nothing that tells you that a 4- and 5-star guy immediately equates to a first-round pick of the Vikings or the Biletnikoff Award winner. That doesn't go hand in hand, but you got a chance.
Yeah.
Did they have the offseason of 10,000 catches again? I mean, did they stress that?
I haven't heard that, but it would be, well, and it was a little bit different offseason, but I would imagine that they put in as much work as they possibly could.
I mean, yeah, I feel like generally when you establish that sort of thing, then you have the success that you do. The people who went through it will generally carry it forward. So, I mean, that'd be Terrace Marshall and everybody else. But we'll find out, right? Because that was one of the fantastic things about last year's team is nobody dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Almost ever. Like, you could count them on a single hand, it felt like, throughout the year. Okay, I'll ask y'all a question that the chat's been debating. Which running back will have the most rushing yards by game's end tomorrow?
I got Ty Davis-Price.
I got Curry, and I've said this many times. If I had it my way, John Emery would touch it 18 or 19 times a game.
I think they'll get to that point.
That's the way I would have it. I don't think they'll get there. I think the staff loves Curry, and I think Curry's going to be very good. There's a YouTube video out there. You can just look at it. 2020 LSU running backs coming in, and it's all the highlights from those 3 guys from last year. There's plenty of talent in the running back room. I'm not worried about it one bit. And any way they slice it's not going to really bother me, but I think Emery gives you the best shot.
Yeah, no, look, I don't think anybody should be worried about that room. I mean, O has said here multiple times recently and called them the strength of the team. It's the same thing that he said with wide receiver last year, and look at how good that group ended up being. For what it's worth, I think I'm with you, Hunt. I think it's Curry here early, and then I think I'm kind of with you, Jordy, that as the season evolves, maybe you see Emery move more into the main role. But look, Clyde, to me, was a bit of a unicorn last year in that generally you don't want to just rely on one running back. They get too tired. It makes it tough to extend in the fourth. Like it makes you injury prone, I guess, or not prone. You're susceptible to injury, right? This year will be different. They're going to play all 3 guys constantly, try to keep him fresh. Hunt, on the defensive side of the ball, which position group are you going to be most focused in on?
Well, against Leach, it's got to be the secondary, and specifically whoever's opposite Stingley. There's a lot of talk about Kylan Hill, SEC leading rusher, and whether or not Leach will feed him the ball. Well, last year, Washington State's lead back carried the ball about 9.5 times a game. Mm-hmm. And it'll be a little bit more than that for Hill, but he's not going to come down here and change his stripes. I mean, Mike Leach is going to throw the ball 55 to 60 times in a football game if he's given enough plays. That's just what he wants to do. He's not going to change the way he does things. So to me, it's a significant transition, especially for the offensive line. T-Bob, I think that's maybe the biggest story for them, where you go from a team last year that threw the ball 37% of the time, and you go to a coach who last year threw it 78% of the time, and you're having those wide splits. And as we've heard, different Mississippi State, I mean, it was Brooks Cabina talked to a guy who played for Leach on the offensive line. He said, essentially, when we line up, we've got 5 tackles out there. We're so wide that it's 5 guys going one-on-one as tackles. These guys didn't do any of that last year. And all they've had is kind of a faux practice. I mean, you got to go against big-time SEC defensive linemen and linebackers. That may be an issue for those guys in terms of transition to this offense.
Yeah, to your point, Hunt, I think Mississippi State threw the ball 23 times a game last year, and over 8 years, Mike Leach threw the ball 51 times a game at Washington State, so quite a stark difference.
What do you expect from the quarterback spot, from Brennan?
This is my biggest thing because he's got every tool you need, and he's actually put some really nice stuff on film. But I'm not worried about getting the ball to the receivers, the arm strength, the decision-making, any of that stuff. Here's what he's got to have. The pocket presence. It's not going to be as good as Burrow's, but the pocket presence. And I'll bring up 2 throws that Burrow made last year that everybody will know. Brennan doesn't have to make this play every time, but he's got to make some of them. He can't cower and bring his eyes down and kind of fall down when the offensive line falters. Versus 3rd and 17, where Brennan climbed the pocket, stepped up. He knew his guy was going to be there and he was going to take a shot, but he had to wait and then got it out there. And then the second one is the touchdown to Moss in the national championship game right before halftime where he got torn cartilage in his ribs. But he knew Moss was going to be there, and he waited. Because this offensive line for LSU is not going to be Alabama from 2012 where you just can't – it's impenetrable. And last year's wasn't either. But Burrow was confident and comfortable and knew his scheme would get things open if he was able to make the decisions late in the process. And that's what we haven't seen from Brennan. You can't – like I said, you can't drop your eyes. You can't cower. You can't immediately bail and throw it away on the run. You've got to let the play develop and trust that your guys are going to get open.
You mentioned the defensive backs. How different do you think they look on that side of the ball with Pelini leading them now?
I think pressure is going to come from more places than it did last year. But I don't know. I'm excited to talk to Brandon Taylor on the pregame show about playing West Virginia in 2010 and 2011 because that's Holgerson's offense. Holgerson worked with Leach, and it's the same type of deal. But that one was humming with the pro quarterback and a first-round wide receiver, Tavon Austin. Stedman Bailey was out there as a really good player.
Yeah,
that is what this is going to try to be like. I just don't think it's like that in game one because Mississippi State doesn't have the wide receivers. The quarterback is pretty good, but I think the LSU DBs will play press. I think they will disrupt the timing of these short routes, and I think it's probably going to be a long day for that Mississippi State.
So spin me then a universe in which, because, there are infinite realities, and there is one out there where LSU loses this game to Mississippi State. How does that happen?
You miss assignments in the secondary when you miss tackles in the secondary. And we've seen a ton of teams miss tackles early because they haven't done enough tackling. Now, Ed Ogeron's seen that for a few weeks and has said LSU's been as physical as anybody in practice. But if you start missing tackles on out routes and tunnel screens and let guys go 60, 75 yards, that's a problem. Or if on offense you turn the ball over. I mean, it's the simple things that equate to upsets when things don't go the way that generally they should, which is turnovers and fluky plays like missed tackles and that kind of stuff. If LSU plays solid, they'll run straight off the field.
Who are you most looking forward to see tomorrow?
I guess I could try to come off number 2, but everybody says Eric Gilbert.
That's the only answer.
Jabril
Cox is kind of
sure. I think the real answer for me, even more so than Eric Gilbert, is just what does Brennan give me in a full game against an SEC defense? That will give me the keys to what this thing's going to look like because I think the roster is built out pretty much everywhere else. I do think that Tyler Shelvin's going to cost him a game. That's easier. That's tougher to replace than Jamar Chase. I would love to have Jamar Chase out there. Trust me. But I think that replacing Shelvin and the snaps that he gives you and what he does is tougher. And I think that may cost you a game against one of the big boys. But I think that if I can get Brennan to play well and make good decisions and not turn the ball over, that LSU is going to have a really good year.
12:30 tomorrow. Check out Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favre for your pregame show. They'll also be there for your postgame as soon as the game goes final tomorrow on the LSU Sports Radio Network. So no matter where you are throughout the state of Louisiana or on the network of the LSU Sports Radio Network, you can hear Hunt tomorrow in the pre- and post-game. Have a great call. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Appreciate it. Love the decorating y'all are doing in here.
I bet you do.
I bet you do. You want
Free
the
Beer
shirt?
Friday. Pick up one of those long necks with the national championship logos as Bud Light has decorated the set this morning. We'll be back with Robert Munson with a couple of last-minute tips for you as you head into the stadium tomorrow.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily here on Off the Bench by Coy's Diesel. Remember, if you drive a light, medium, or heavy-duty diesel truck, you need to get in touch with Coy and his crew this morning. They're online, coysdiesel.com. It is doesn't matter if you're a Chevy, GMC Duramax, a Dodge Cummins, a Ford Power Stroke. Coy's Diesel can get you serviced and out back on the road today. If you want to schedule a service call, you can do it online. If you need 24-hour roadside assistance, Coy can help you this morning as well. Just log online, coysdiesel.com.
Yeah, look, the website is really fantastic, y'all. Coysdiesel.com, COYS. It's really easy to navigate, find exactly where you're looking for. A chat box pops up immediately. So if you don't feel like calling a human, but you want to chat with a human, you can do it. And like Jordy said, you can schedule your service. You can shop by part. They got drop-down menus, year, make, model. Doesn't matter. They have it all. If it's diesel, they got it. And they got you. And so if you need that 24/7 emergency roadside assistance, no matter when you break down, they come out to you. They got your back. Go to coysdiesel.com today.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
You know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community without being asked? We think that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust. If you know someone who exhibits all of these qualifications, nominate them for a Good Citizen Award, and they could receive $500 from Citizens Bank. And we'll recognize them here on the show. Get the details at citizensbankandtrust.com, and then nominate your good citizen.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele, Jay Ducote, Ryan Terrio, and the guest picker. It's all Friday 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Walking you up to kickoff right here on Guarantee Media, whether it's Eagle 98.1 on Saturday, full day of coverage, or right here on ESPN Baton Rouge here on this Friday edition of Off the Bench, driven by All-Star Toyota, getting the coverage going here on this morning, this Friday morning, as LSU and Mississippi State will open the regular season of SEC play tomorrow, 2:30 inside Tiger Stadium. The reigning national champs will begin the defense of the national champs tomorrow. Robert Munson has been going all over the place. I've seen him on television. I've heard him on radio. I've heard him on podcasts. He has been getting the message out about what tomorrow is going to look like and trying to give you the best advice in getting in safely, parking, all of that. Here he is with a couple of last-minute tips for us on this Friday morning, is Mr. Munson from LSU, Associate Athletics Director with the Tigers, and he is the director of external communications with LSU, joining us now. Robert, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Doing good. Some last-minute tips for the listeners who are going to be making it in tomorrow, around 25,000, 26,000 Tiger fans. What would be the most important message that you would send them?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of important messages. And Jordy, really the first one is just be prepared. And the best way to do that is to follow us on our website, or really in more of a mobile fashion, just get our new mobile app that we have, the LSU Sports mobile app, which we redesigned a couple of months ago. And it's going to give you the most up-to-date information possible for game day tomorrow. And, that's such a great thing, frankly, to come out of my mouth right now, that we're actually going to have game day tomorrow. We're just excited over here, and we're excited for our fans who are going to get to come, and excited for our team so they can finally compete in front of Tiger fans at Tiger Stadium.
Rusty Brooks in the YouTube chat says, ask Robert, I usually have chair back seats. Now I've been moved to bench seats. Can I bring in my stadium seats?
You can. We're not going to be selling chairbacks this year, or at least not for game one. So if you have them and they're an approved seat back for Tiger Stadium, please bring it.
Todd Jones says, ask Robert, can people move around to other seats once the game starts?
No, we're definitely asking folks to stay where they were assigned. I can hear Brian Broussard, our ticket office guy, just groaning in the background right now. Those guys have worked so hard to make sure that 25,000 people are properly physically distanced. And so please stay where you're seated. We will have stickers on seats that are not for people to sit in. We'll actually have some seats that are going to be zip tied, and then others, as you guys know, we have our cutouts, our fan cutouts, that'll be in some other seats as well. So hopefully you won't have the option, but if you do, just please stay where you're assigned.
Is Broussard, is that groaning or snoring? At some point, he's going to have to sleep, right? I mean, he's going to have to hibernate for the entire season.
We don't let him sleep. He's not allowed to sleep. I think at kickoff, he's going to be dead asleep on the couch, though.
So the social media has been great. It's been easy to follow. The messaging has been simple. But I saw yesterday that LSU football tweeted out the parking plans. What's the best advice you can get for people making their way in?
Number one, if you don't have a permit, you're not going to be allowed to park, and that includes free lots. So if you are accustomed to parking in a free lot and for whatever reason you have not heard from us to get your parking permit, please call the ticket office today, 578-0100. Give them a call and make sure you get your permit. It's not going to cost you anything for a free lot, but you do still have to have a permit. And then the other lots, and Jordy, you mentioned the new map that we released yesterday. You'll see there's a lot of red on that map, much more so than usual. And those are all the closed parking lots. With 25,000 fans, we're obviously not going to need anywhere near the normal parking that we have. So we have a lot of closed lots. So fans, take a minute, go to the website, review that map so you know where you're going, and also know that those lots that are closed, they're going to be barricaded. So there's not going to be any public parking tomorrow.
Jesse McCormick in the chat asks, can I bring my kids to campus?
You can bring your kids to campus, of course. We're asking folks who do not have tickets to please stay at home and watch it on TV, or go to a local business and watch it on TV. But if you have a ticket and you're coming to campus, bring your kids, bring your family. The main thing is everywhere on campus, you have to wear a mask. That's a policy of the campus. We want to be respectful of all the students and the staff, the tens of thousands of them that live and work there every day. So we're going to be wearing masks all over campus.
Hashtag asking Munson, where will Gordy's box be on the field?
We're not going to let him on the field. I think every other program is going to let their radio guy on the field. But I talked to Gordy, and no, of course he's going to be on the field doing his job and doing good work. But they're going to actually. That was a little bit of a thing, figuring out who's going to be allowed on the field this year, because you'll notice our fans and folks watching it on TV, there are not going to be many people on the field during the game. Usually LSU games have hundreds and hundreds of people down there. Not this year. It's really limited, even for media. But Gordy will be down there. The TV guys will be down there. The team will be down there. And that's about it.
Wherever there is a television camera, Gordy Rush will be standing. He finds a TV camera better than anybody. One question coming in about masks. I know that it's required once you get on campus, but will there be masks available inside the stadium or for sale?
They have masks available for sale at the LSU Sports Shop right across the street from the stadium. I can't say for sure if we're going to have them in stadium, but I know at the sports shop they'll have them. So if you get to campus, you forgot it, maybe you dropped it, whatever it may be, run over to the sports shop. You can get an LSU branded face mask.
Robert Munson at Robert J. Munson on Twitter is where you can follow him. All of the information that you need is right there on his Twitter site. But Robert, you would say that the most important information is to download the app, right?
Yeah, the app is where you're going to get your mobile tickets. We're, of course, only mobile this year, and really moving forward, we've transitioned to that. It's also where you're going to get the COVID CDC screening, and that'll come up Saturday morning. So if you have that app, when you get up Saturday morning, what we're asking people to do is go ahead and open it up, answer the 4 quick questions, which are the normal questions we're all accustomed to now to make sure you're feeling okay. And when you do that, you're going to get a screen that has a check mark on it. Means you're good to go. When you come to campus, you'll have your tickets on the app. You'll have your CDC screening on the app. You can show the ticket taker both of those things, and you're good to go.
Senior Associate Athletic Director Robert J. Munson stopping by here this morning on Off the Bench, giving us some last-minute tips to you, the listener, and to you, the fans, making your way into Tiger Stadium tomorrow, as it'll look different, it'll sound different, but it'll be football at 2:30, and the Tigers will be defending that national championship as they've been reigning with it this entire offseason. Mississippi State and Mike Leach will be in town. Looking forward to it, Robert. Thank you for the time.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
We will be back with Hour 2 here. We're going to start off Hour 2. We're going to revive a segment here on OTB. We're going to call on an old friend and bring back a segment here on Off the Bench. Derek Panamsky, speaking of old friends, 4 years ago today, last show of Collada and the Prince, as that was the end of it. Derek went on to become special assistant at LSU football alongside Ed Ogeron. 4 years later, those guys have put in tremendous work, reigning national champs. He'll stop by at 8:15. We'll reminisce for a little bit, but moreover, get you ready for tomorrow and tell you about the work that went in from the program. Another highlight video came out last night. Everybody see the hype video?
It looked great.
Yeah?
Matt Turnquist killed
I thought it was good.
Looks like Matt finally getting the respect he deserved. Not as much of a one-man show as we maybe led you to believe.
Hour
last
2
year.
next.
Shout out the LSU video department, everything, the writing, the players, just everybody involved. Truly top-notch. Share the stream. Let's hit 400 before this 8 a.m. hour kicks off, okay? Just click the share button. Share to Facebook, Twitter, Insta, whatever. I don't care. Just share it.
I promise I'll share my story about the terrible event last night in Little League.
Off the Bench with Collada and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily here by Ochsner Sports Medicine Institute, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Covington. 3 locations, whether in New Orleans on Clearview Parkway, Baton Rouge on the Grove Boulevard, Covington, and the North Shore over on Ochsner Boulevard. Doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete, weekend warrior, somewhere in between. The Ochsner Sports Medicine Institute has what it takes to get you back in the game, on the field, in the pool, on the court, as quickly and as safely as possible. All the information about Ochsner can be found online at ochsner.org.
Yeah, so look, if you do have to have surgery, they have the best surgeons. They have the best physical therapy facilities. Like not only with who's giving you the therapy, but like the facilities themselves. It's right up there with professionals, major college football. You're going to get the same treatment. So your body's going to be fine. But how about if you're not hurt? What about maximizing your potential? Check out Ochsner Performance Training. Whether you're in high school, an aging athlete, you want to get bigger, stronger, faster, they got you. Ochsner.org, Ochsner.org.
Hello. What's up, E? What you doing?
Chilling at the office working. You?
Hanging at the job site. Chilling.
Roof's up.
Hey, Greg. Roof up? Roof's up. Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up! Roof's up! Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Do you know the proper way to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in your office? We do. We're Jani-King, a leader in the cleaning industry for over 30 years, and we've developed comprehensive programs to address proper cleaning and disinfection. We have experience in applying disinfecting programs in hospitals, office buildings, schools, and other venues. Now we're ready to help and able to assist customers that need disinfecting services.
Jani-King, the king of clean.
Is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Friday, September 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see partly cloudy skies with a high of 81. Still to come on Off the Bench, special assistant to Coach O, Derek Panamsky, joins the show at 8:15. SEC Network analyst Cole Kublik stops by at 8:30. Marlon Favorite stops by at 9, and Jimmy Ott, the Ott Father, Ben Mintz, and Megan Making Money join us at 9:30. Follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch the show live over at the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Get inside the Bayou Ford chat. That Free Beer Friday winner's coming momentarily. Give me a minute. And make sure to subscribe to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content posted there daily. Off the Bench, hour number 2 starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost.
LSU sits on the throne of college football.
It began with the forging of the great Infinity Chains. 2 were given to the Big Ten, fattest, palest, and most plain of all beings. 1 to the ACC, a meek coastal people. And 3 chains were given to the mighty SEC, who above all else desire power. For within these turnover chains was bound the strength and the will to govern each conference. But they were all of them deceived. For in secret another chain was made. Deep in the land of eternal quarantine and the fires of Mount Wuhan, the Dark Lord Saberon forged a master chain, And into this turnover chain he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One chain to rule them all.
Bring out your date! Bring out your date! Bring out your date! Here's one. Ninepence. I'm not dead.
Too often does the corpse cart roll, Kingmaker. When I defeated the Clemson and the Crimson Emperor, I believed a new age of prosperity would dawn. Glorious revitalization of the Kingdom of Louisiana. It seems fate had other plans.
Indeed, Your Grace. I've been trying to make sense of all the evils that have gripped Southeasteros. All the great inter-conference trade routes have crumbled. Pestilence has struck fear into the heart of the world, and distrust of our institutions is an all-time high. The gates of the Big 12, ACC, Big 10 remain closed. We've lost all contact with the Council of Pac-12. It is said fires and earthquakes ravage those lands, while our own shores are beset by hurricanes and floods. Civil unrest sweeps throughout the realm, turning neighbor against neighbor. Your Grace, I've traveled far from down to Bayou and consulted the shamans of the Chabert clan, and there is no doubt the Ragnarok is upon us.
So it is true then. That which I have tried to defeat, I have instead brought about. So this is how it ends. The cast iron throne shattered, not with a bang, but with a pestilent fart.
Perhaps not, Your Grace.
Continue, Lady Rivers.
First, we need to gather the small council. Somebody find the Opfather.
Minutes later, the Swamp King and his council gather around the Cypress War Table. Lady Rivers, the Opfather, and Archmaester Hannegriff are all in attendance. The Swamp King stands at the head of the table, flanked by his generals, Sirs Curry and Clark of the Order of 18, the Seventh Blade, Jacoby Stevens, and the Golden Hand from Tigerland, Miles Brennan. Curiously, the golden boot gleams atop the center of the cedar surface.
Your Grace, last night while me and Wendy were, polishing the trophies, I discovered something. Or maybe someone.
Speak plainly, James. I have not the time for your riddles.
Here, see for yourself. Just take these tantric massage oils and rub the golden boot.
The Swamp King lubes up his massive hands and rubs the boot in a circular motion. An ethereal wind begins to whip around the room. Smoke pours from the top of the massive golden boot. A shape forms in the swirling purple clouds. A great mass of wings, claws, and teeth.
I know this creature. 'Tis the immortal spirit of Latoya, the Destroyer, the degenerate dragon of the 7 gods of the Holy Gumbo.
What's up? It's me, the Destroyer. Feels good to be out. I've been trapped in that infinity chain forever.
Infinity chain?
Yeah, man, the Golden Boot. It's one of the ancient 7 turnover chains of power. Has the ability to overturn decisions, battles, the very land itself.
Does it have the power to stop the Ragnarok?
Well, nah. Unfortunately, the Ragnarok is bigger than you know. You see, this reality is but one of infinite realities, and the Ragnarok signals the end of every last one of them. It isn't just the end of the world, it's the end of reality itself, the end of the multiverse.
Surely there must be some way to stop this.
There is one way. Hidden throughout the multiverse are 6 other infinity chains. The chains can take on many forms, and it is said that if you gather all 7, you will have the power to stop the Ragnarok and free reality once and for all.
7 chains, hidden throughout the infinite multiverse. How could I possibly find them?
With this!
The Destroyer roars and belches purple fire onto the cypress wooden table. The golden boot is engulfed in dragon flame. When the fire subsides, the boot is gone. In its place lies a beautiful golden chain, molded in the visage of Mike 6. A voice emanates from the chain.
Hey, what's up? I'm in the chain now. Put me on, and I will be your guide through the multiverse.
The Swamp King picks up the chain and places it around his thick neck.
Okay, what now, Dragon?
There's no time to waste. I don't know where the first chain is, but I know someone who does. The legendary pirate Captain Mike Leach. He resides in a water world where naval battles rule the day, known for his vaunted air raid attack of 5 to 7 yard intermediate routes, perfect for Drew Brees. Capturing him will not be easy. Gather your team. We must depart immediately.
The Swamp King looks around the room.
My friends, you heard the Destroyer. Our time in this world has come to an end. I know what I ask of you is not fair, but I must ask all the same. Who will come with me?
I will help you bear this burden, Swamp King, as long as it is ours to bear.
If by my life or death I can protect you, I will, Swamp King. You have my blade.
And my staff.
And my axe.
Miles Brennan, the golden hand from Tigerland, steps forward.
You carry the fate of us all, Swamp King. If this is the will of the Council, we will see it done.
9 companions? Let's do it! You shall be the Fellowship of the Chain!
There's no time to waste. We must find Captain Leach and learn the whereabouts of the first chain. Lead the way, Destroyer.
All right, fellas, gather around.
A tear in the fabric of reality opens up and the Fellowship disappears. Everything goes black. Swamp King's eyes flutter open. He is thrown off balance as a massive wave crashes over the port side of the ship he suddenly finds himself on. As he goes to catch himself, his footfall produces a solid wooden thump. He looks down, horrified to find where his leg used to be, a wooden peg now resides. In fact, his royal robes have been replaced with the worn leathers of a swarthy sea captain.
Destroyer, what is the meaning of this? What happened to my leg? Where did these clothes come from?
Well, yeah, I forgot to tell you. In order for your brain to accept the shift in realities, it forces your body to adapt to the situation at hand. It's a natural defense mechanism. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's like a quantum leap thing.
Get down! Just then, a cannonball plummets from the sky and tears a hole in the deck not 3 feet from where the Swamp King stands.
Captain King, we're under attack.
The Swamp King whips out a telescope and peers off into the distance. There sails a giant man-o'-war, flying a maroon flag bearing the symbol of the Bulldog. The ship is unlike any the Swamp King has ever seen. Prickling with cannons and cowbells, it creates a cacophony designed to annoy and intimidate. At the ship's helm stands a dashing figure, hat cocked to one side, mouth wide in a maniacal grin, wearing a maroon eye patch with a golden gem. This could be none other than the legendary Captain Leach.
Yahar, Swamp King. I see you finally learned the truth. No matter how many battles you win, no matter how many ships you sink, no matter how many kids you stick in dark closets, the Ragnarok comes for us all in the end. It's all one big joke, and I'm ready for it to hit. Now bend over and prepare to be barded. Hail State.
Swamp King turns to address the Fellowship.
This is it, men! Failure is not an option! Either we capture Captain Leach and his meagerly talented crew, or everything you hold dear perishes! Expect no quarter and give no quarter! Fight for the boot! Fight for your families! Fight for the world! Go Tigers!
Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All-Star Toyota brings you Off the Bench daily. Remember, online, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Stop in and see the crew today. They got They have great inventory selection of brand new cars and pre-owned and certified vehicles to choose from. Stop in and see them. They're on the corner of Goodwood and Airline. You can shop them today online at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. I can say this because I made him up. The Swamp King endorses All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Look, you want a new 2020 Tundra with 0% APR finance for 72 months? All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge got your back. Maybe you're going on a vacation or something over the weekend. You need to rent a minivan, a vehicle that you don't currently have. Real easy. With Lisa Sessions over there at All-Star Toyota. Service, once you buy from them, I mean, it's just, look, they are the best for a reason. So if you're looking to buy new, maybe you want Toyota certified used vehicles, where you get the advantages you don't normally get on used vehicles, stuff like warranty. It's all there for you at All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Off the Bench, hanging with Esther and Hanny. After further review and more are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big.
It's a football Friday on Jimmy Ott's Game Time. The guys preview LSU's season opener against Mississippi State and make all their weekly picks. We're live at Ruffino's on Highland Road from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling on here on this Friday edition, getting you set for kickoff. Great job, T.
We back, baby.
Great job, baby.
We're into the multiverse, okay? It's only going to get weirder from here. But for real, thank you to everyone who's reached out or said they enjoyed it in the chat because, I don't know, it just gives me a huge adrenaline rush. And it takes a lot of work, but it's like super, super worth it. It makes me want to make it even better when I see all that. So thank y'all so much. Y'all are the best.
Matt Tornquist did a great job with the hype video
Yeah,
that
he
was
killed
published on Thursday for LSU football, getting you set up for tomorrow's kickoff. Derek Panamsky is a part of that team that publishes that video each week. He's also the special assistant to Ed Ogeron. He took that job 4 years ago today, as that was the final day of Off the Bench, or final day of Collada and the Prince 4 years ago. Panamsky moved on to LSU football. Has been a hell of a 4-year run, as they have already captured a national championship and have become the best college football team of all time for the 2019 edition, and have the program moving in the right direction, set for kickoff tomorrow in the top 5 as LSU will host Mississippi State. Good morning, Prince. How are you?
Doing well, Jay. By the way, when I answered the phone, Musso says T-Bob doesn't have his shirt on. Is there anything I should know?
I know I have
a
it
little
back on
wardrobe
now.
change in the break.
At first, I was wearing the awesome national championship T-shirts that Mockler provided us, but you know me, D. I love Hawaiian shirts. I love my chest hair. I love the combination of Hawaiian shirts and chest hair, and I just felt a little restricted with the T-shirt on, so I had to bounce on. I had to get rid of it. Chest hair is out, which is a good omen for tomorrow. So if y'all win tomorrow, D, you know who to thank. You're welcome ahead of time.
Well, and it's also good karma that you mentioned chest hair, because our producer, who we never got to say goodbye to,
There you go.
Was Jimmy Chest Hair, because as Jordy just so eloquently pointed out, it was a very quick. The 25th of September 4 years ago was a very quick day, because we woke up that morning. Jordy and I had a morning show. We went to bed that night. I wasn't exactly sure what we were going to be doing, so it was a fun ride, and I'm glad that you guys are doing bigger and better things.
Derek, we talked to one of the administrators in hour number 1 about what's going on to getting everybody to campus to watch tomorrow's game. How about from the program standpoint? You guys are finally going to play against a different opponent. What's the feeling like in the building?
Well, there's been some excitement here for the last couple of weeks. You know, once we got a chance to finally get to the point in time going into Tiger Stadium and doing preseason games, guys started to understand just how close we are. The way that Coach O set this program up, guys understand that when we go into Tiger Stadium for those preseason games, everything gets closer and closer to being game ready. And so some of the mistakes you may make in the first preseason game, you want to correct them in the second. And so now I think we've all got to the point in time where we understand tomorrow at 2:30 Central Standard Time, we're going to kick it off and we're going to be ready to go. And one of the good things that we've been able to do here is that in going into Tiger Stadium with no fans already, there's going to be a little bit of a difference, that we all understand that. But Coach O always says that big plays fuel emotion, and that if you want the crowd to get into it, you better do something on the field that gives the crowd a reason to get into that game. So our guys really understand that, and you could see in some of the younger guys the excitement that they have to get into Tiger Stadium. But the better thing for me is that the older guys that have been around here and they understand what it is, they know just how special it is to take the field in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, man. And look, honestly, looking around and all the other sports and games we're watching, 25K is going to be a nice number. Like, that place can get pretty loud. And if you're used to practicing in front of no one, these players absolutely should be hyped up come tomorrow. Hey, Derek, who makes the first big play?
Come on. I can't.
Is it Arik Gilbert? I know. Okay, how about this then? In an offseason filled with question marks, and especially in the offensive side of the ball, right? What can LSU fans expect to see tomorrow? And you can be as general or as specific as you want to be, but what should they expect to see out of that offense tomorrow?
Well, I think the big thing that the fan base is going to see is that, the aggressive nature that Steve Ensminger has had since the first game against Missouri in 2016, you're going to continue to see that. And when he identifies a strength on our team, if it's matched by a weakness on that team, it doesn't matter what it is, he's going to exploit that. So I think that, early in the game, watching Steve and seeing how, just he finds those mismatches, those are strengths for him. But I think that the key to everything is that we've got balance across the roster. Coach has done a phenomenal job of making sure that it's not just one area that has all the talent. So you got balance across the roster. So there can be many different ways that we can attack somebody every week.
I love how Damone Clark and Chris Curry and Jacoby Stevens were featured in this week's hype video. Can you tell me about what went into this week's production and kind of the change of pace of what the bar you guys set in 2019 and what the plan may be going into this season?
Yeah, the first thing is, when you have a season as successful as last year and it culminates with you get The Rock to do a national championship morning video, and then for the draft you get Coldplay and Emerald. Like it's not one of those where you sit down and you say, let's keep doing that, because then you're getting to a point in time when you're really asking to do things that may not be possible every single week. So in sitting down and talking with our creative team and really kind of focusing big picture wise on because the hype videos are great for the fans. We love that the fans have engagement with that, but they're recruiting pieces at their core. And so one of the things that we're very aware of that's going to come online in 2021 is that name, image, and likeness is going to be something that's going to be pushed forward. So for us, we want to make sure that inside the program, everything we can do to support our guys in building their brand and making sure that they position themselves to where people understand who they are and how they can make sure that they utilize all of the resources that we have here at LSU. We've decided that we were going to use our players instead of celebrity narrators or anything of that sort. And so that allows us to shape messages specific to our players, specific to our games, and overall whatever the general feeling inside the program is from Coach O.
Yeah, look, you, Derek, I know Cody Worsham writes in, Mac Turnquist, Lindsey Thompson, Brandon Barrio. Like, I don't know who I'm leaving out, but the entire crew. Emily Dixon.
Don't leave out
absolutely.
Emily's the gut.
Okay, why would I ever leave out Emily? I love Emily. She's definitely cooler than Shea, so there's that. But okay, let's talk about the number 18s then, because I don't think last year, a lot of people would have seen these two number 18s being handed out where they are, right? I think it's a testament to the work those guys put in. Start with Chris Curry. How did he get to this point? I mean, he was talking beginning last year that people were talking about how he was going to transfer.
Well, T-Bob, you played here, and you understand that for all of the times that our guys are promoted and they're doing interviews and you get to see them out there, that number 18 is something that is always won inside of the building. It's not something that it's about who's the guy that demonstrates leadership and character, and those are things that sometimes don't translate very well to interviews or things of that sort. And so for Chris is a guy. Look, in 2020, a story like Chris Curry is that he put himself in the transfer portal a long time ago. He never considered that, never talked to anybody about that.
Wow.
All he was concerned about doing was making sure that he worked as hard as he could, putting himself in the best position he could to get on the field, and then when he gets his opportunity, take advantage of it. That's the kind of leadership and character that you want from that guy who's wearing number 18. Damone Clark is a very similar situation here, and that's a guy that, off the field does everything the right way, leads by example. When he has to put his voice in, it's not a loud voice, but it's one that when he speaks, the rest of the guys on the team pay attention to what that is. And so those situations where guys like that are around, it makes it tough to really, because there was a volume of guys to pick from, so it makes it tough to really decide who you want to go with. But as everything kind of went through, it became obvious that with those two guys, they had really separated themselves there towards the end. And I can tell you, being in the locker room on Friday, where Coach O gave those jerseys out, the team celebrated about as loud as I've ever heard them when Coach was giving those jerseys out. And I think that speaks to kind of the bond that this team has developed and the trust that they have in those two guys.
Derek, you want me to take you back? You want me to take you real back, retro?
Okay, let's
Check
do
this
it.
out. Check this out.
Hi, this is Coach Ed Ogeron with LSU football. Sorry I can't take your call right now, but I'm out recruiting the best football players in the country for LSU. Hold that tag up.
That was about 6 years ago. When Coach O was hired to be the defensive line coach, he later moved himself into the recruiting coordinator, then became the interim head coach. But that was after he was a year of Tuesdays with us on Collada and the Prince, and his first Tuesday away. Wow. We put together the fake voicemail that went I think that was the first piece of viral content that ESPN Baton Rouge had.
Yeah, and the ironic part is that it was so good that it actually became his voicemail later.
No
after
way.
That. So it became reality. But it was fun for us, Jordy, because
hell yeah.
During that 14 season when Coach O was out of coaching, he came on every Tuesday, and he'd come into the studio, and we'd spend a lot of time with him. And so he and I had a relationship that really kind of grew over that year. Close. And he told me, he's like, when I get a head coaching job, I'm going to hire you. And so how you got a buddy that says, when I win the Powerball, I'm going to buy you a yacht.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, sure, okay. And then the crazy part about it is that when he actually gets the head coaching job, that day he calls me and offers me a job. Well, more along the lines of tells me where I have to go to work. Doesn't that in just the kind of Coach O way? He's like, come on, D, let's go. And so we were, a shot out of a cannon in that. And so the crazy thing about it isn't that this is a guy who remembers every detail and calls and says, come on, let's go. The craziest thing for me is that he got the LSU job.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been one thing if he'd have got, like, the UTEP job and been like, come on, D, we're moving to El Paso. And I've been like, I got to have a conversation with Leanne about that one. But it was just so surreal at the time. And now to see after, the 4 years of doing this, everything that he has told me he wants to do with this program, we're doing. And for me and for the other guys that work in the building, and honestly for everyone who works in our building, it's easy to follow him because when he tells you this is what's going to happen, it just happens. And so that's the thing that kind of inspires us. And look, it's a weird situation for us this Saturday. Not just for LSU but for everybody. With social distancing and the pandemic and the fact that Larry Simpson, our number one fan from the West Bank, is not going to be in Tiger Stadium. So that's those type of things are things that when you go to a restaurant or something like that, you can tell that there's a little difference. But inside of the building right now, the way that we're going to work, treating this season, you couldn't tell that there was anything else other than a normal day. And you're gonna do today's Focus Friday. We're going to do it as normal as possible. Tomorrow we're going to go to Tiger Stadium and we're going to play, and nothing else matters than what the Tigers do on the field.
Somewhere in Chalmette, there's a wanker with a big smile right now as Larry Simpson's listening in to Off the Bench. D will be there tomorrow. Long live the Swamp King. Shout out to Coach O and you guys defending this national championship as you begin the ride tomorrow. Thanks for the time this morning.
You got it, guys. Take care. Go Tigers.
There he is, Derek
Yes,
Panansky, the Prince, checking in from football, LSU football this morning. We'll talk to Cole Kublik about the SEC schedule next.
Off the Bench with Collada and T-Bob.
Daily, we're brought to you by Donaldsonville Glass and Body, dgbauto.com. Remember, find them online there or at 415 Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Get in touch with them. Kenny Frederick and the crew over there. Collision Repair. We tell you all the time about the testimonies. Burke Harriman, who is a loyal listener out in Gonzales, talked about his wife going through some car trouble. He got in touch with Kenny. Kenny got the tow truck over there, got the car to Division Street, 415 Division Street at Donaldsonville Glass and Body, brought it back to the Harrimans. Burke said he's never taken his car anywhere else. It's always going to be to Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Find out for yourself this morning online, dgbauto.com.
dgbauto.com, dgbauto.com, Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Check them out on Facebook. Go see them for yourself, 415 Division Street. Look, I go there for all my car needs, and I trust them. Oil change, inspection sticker, tires, glass, wheels, brakes, anything and everything in between. And the bottom line is they're not there to maximize profit. They're there to maximize your satisfaction. Go to DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com today.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele, Jay Ducote, Ryan Terrio, and the guest picker. It's all Friday 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, getting you set for an SEC weekend here. Good stuff from Derek Panamsky as he checked in from LSU football.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
As it was cool to get a little behind the scenes there from Panamsky. We also talked to Hunt Palmer of the LSU Sports Radio Network earlier in the show as we were getting you set up for LSU Mississippi State. Stick around, hour 3. As it'll be the Degeneration Dome. Jimmy Ott, the Ott father, Mintz, Megan making money, all will be here as they'll pick the 3 games of the weekend and get you set up.
They're going to have to be a bit better than we have been so far, Jordy. I think the best record's at 500. So let's hope these gambling experts can start to prove themselves.
Cole Kublik, who breaks down the SEC and college football as good as anybody that you'll hear every week right here on Off the Bench, checks in with us every Friday. Brought to you by Tex Morris and Edward Jones over there on Jefferson Highway. Get in touch with Tex to manage your money this morning. Good morning, Cole. How are you?
Hey, doing great, guys. Appreciate you having me.
We're here, man. We're finally here. We just hung up with Panamsky. We talked to a couple of people in hour number 1 who cover the sport. You've been on sidelines for the past couple of weekends covering college football. Does it feel different now that the Southeastern Conference is kicking off?
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about it. And obviously, SEC football is kind of what got us all into this. And I think what we've all been clamoring for, and now we're actually going to get it. So I can't wait. And I think I'm going to be on the best game of the weekend personally. So I'm excited about that. I got Auburn, Kentucky on the SEC Network Saturday morning at 11. I think it's got a chance to be a real competitive game, a very interesting game. So it's going to be cool, man, to be inside of an SEC stadium. I know it's going to be limited crowds, and I know we're not going to have some of the traditions that we're used to, but we got SEC football, so I'm pumped about that.
Cole, how do you feel about this take that I said on air the other day, which is that there is no player in the SEC West with a greater ability to affect the power balance of things than Bo Nix?
SEC West, yeah, because you could almost just say SEC because he plays Georgia next weekend.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Because think about if he were to knock off Georgia early, you think about what that does for Florida.
Yeah.
And in the situation that puts them in, because if Bo Nix somehow knocked off Georgia next weekend, they still have, they got Tennessee, then they're at Alabama, then they're at Kentucky, and then they have Florida. So that puts Florida in a pretty good spot if you think about the fact that, their schedule is Ole Miss, South Carolina, A&M, then they get LSU, Missouri before Georgia. So even if they were to trip up against, an A&M or an LSU, they'd be in a pretty good spot where they could almost eliminate Georgia, you would think, because, I think Alabama's going to beat Georgia in the SEC East. So you could almost say that just about the SEC in general and the SEC West. So I think he's got a chance to make a big jump. And you look at the film from last year. He didn't have a ton of success down the field. 53% of his just over 2,500 yards passing last year came from yards after the catch. And he had more misses on passes of 10 yards or more than he did completions last year. They've got to find a way to make that go. The good news for him is I really do think Chad Morris is going to run the offense. And if he does, you're going to see a more complex passing game. You're going to see a more complex route tree. And that's great news for Bo Nix. Bad news is 4 new starters on the offensive line. And if you got to push the ball downfield, what's the one thing you got to have? Time to be able to do it. So protection is going to be something I'm keeping my eyes on Saturday morning.
Cole Cubelic joining us here on ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria as he will be talking SEC. Cole, I'm sorry I don't know the answer to this. Where will you be tomorrow?
I'm in Auburn, Alabama. I got Kentucky.
Hey, what about the Florida Ole Miss matchup, man? Is there any competitive intrigue there? I guess it kind of feels like a bit of a mirror to Mississippi State LSU, where you have the known quantity, kind of the SEC favorite, going against the unknown, but some excitement there with the new coaching change.
I think there's some intrigue, and I think the Ole Miss offense has a chance to maybe make it a little bit scary for a minute for Florida fans, but I don't think the Ole Miss defense gets many stops. And I think the Florida defense has a chance to be a little bit better than some people are giving them credit for. I think Mohamed Diabate is going to have a big year. I think that style of defense obviously is going to help them this year, T-Bob. I mean, you think about continuity and chemistry and just feel and comfort level of these offensive lines that hadn't been working together very much. And now all of a sudden you go against a defense that's giving you all these crazy looks and pressure from everywhere. You got offenses that might not be on the same page, might not be ready to roll just yet. The way Florida plays defense could be very beneficial for them this fall.
What should LSU fans expect out of Mississippi State and Mike Leach tomorrow?
A lot of pass attempts, number one. I think you expect probably to see a lot of quick throws, a lot of high percentage throws. Kylan Hill's going to get some work out of the backfield. Max Borghi, the tailback at Washington State last year, I think caught 83 balls. Kylan Hill's great in space. So, they're going to try to challenge the second and third level of that defense. The good news for LSU fans is if I'm going into this game against Mississippi State, especially early, I'm not going to be near as concerned about my pass rush ability as I am, do I have guys who can cover? And LSU's got guys who can cover. Derek Stingley can cover. Cordell Fly can cover. I think Jacoby Stevens can cover. And I think you even have a couple linebackers that are built a little bit more for speed than they are, being that old school downhill thumper. And those guys are not going to necessarily be liabilities in coverage. So I think the good news if you're an LSU fan is, all right, we're going to have options because we have guys who can play man. And that's going to give us the ability to mix and match and do some different things. But you're going to see 4 and 5 wide. You're going to see big, wide splits by that offensive line. And you're going to see a quarterback that gets it out quick. If he doesn't, then they're in trouble anyway.
Will you see Kylan Hill line up at receiver?
I think I think you'll see him at receiver. I think they'll motion him to receiver. I think they'll have him all over the place. So he's a guy that has to get touches. I mean, he's 25, 30 touches a game, whether it's through the air. And essentially they're just running the ball through the air with a lot of the easy throws and throws behind the line of scrimmage. So it's not, people can say, oh, they don't run the ball, but you'll see plays that are basically a glorified toss sweep, and it's just KJ Costello throwing it to him. So it's an interesting matchup, but I know this. I'd much rather have him week 1 than week 5. That's for sure.
Yes.
Cole, what do you anticipate under center in Athens?
I don't know how JT Daniels can go. And I understand that, like, everybody who was sort of losing their mind a week or two ago about, oh, he's not full contact yet. Well, how many college quarterbacks are getting hit in practice? I'm not really worried about that. But I don't know if you can be 2 days out from a game and all of a sudden a guy gets cleared to go 100%, no matter what position he plays, and then he goes and competes in an SEC football game. Like, that just doesn't seem right. So I would expect to see Dwan Mathis. And the scary part about that is, what if Dwan Mathis goes out there and balls? What if Dwan Mathis goes out there and looks great? I think Georgia's coaches are happy because quarterback depth was something that they did not have last year, and they felt was very problematic for them last year. But you obviously don't want to have a controversy on your hands early in the season either.
Cole Kublik checking in on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, as Cole will be on the call tomorrow. Auburn on the Plains as SEC action back at it tomorrow. 11 o'clock kickoffs. You can catch all the action. Eagle 98.1. Outside of the SEC, any matchups catch you?
I don't think there are many that I'm going to be as interested in as I am what's going on in the SEC. I think when I look at Texas and Texas Tech, I kind of want to see, Texas looked really good, but I want to see them do it against a real opponent, and Texas Tech's going to give them a little bit more of a challenge. I came into the season thinking that they could be a player in the Big 12, and obviously the Big 12 hadn't looked great. I want to see if Louisville can bounce back against Pitt. Pitt's got a really good defensive line. Love the Louisville offense and the Louisville offensive line. Mikael Coleman and Tutu Atwell, those guys, they've got some real juice, but they did not look great against Miami. And then maybe NC State, Virginia Tech, just because we haven't seen Virginia Tech yet and kind of see what they look like. But the Army-Cincinnati game is actually a really interesting game.
Yeah.
If you're just looking for competitive games, it could be fun to watch. But I got a feeling I'll be pretty locked in on SEC football this weekend, man. Like, I'm going to get out of Auburn. I'll get home. I'll probably be listening to LSU State on the way home. I'll be able to park it on the couch for South Carolina, Tennessee, which I think is going to be a really, really interesting game. That's going to be a fun game to watch. See what the A&M offense looks like against Vanderbilt. Maybe go over to catch a little bit of Alabama, Missouri for a quarter. I don't know how much is going to be interesting after that. So, But, yeah, I'm going to be locked into SEC football.
Hey, you got to love those 11 a.m. kickoffs, dude. You have your day left. What about – because that's where I wanted to ask you about to close out here, Tennessee, South Carolina. To me, this feels like a prove-it game for Tennessee. You've got all the hype. We've given you all the credit. You have to just go out and be able to beat South Carolina soundly.
I agree. And the thing about it is it wasn't just Javon Kinlaw on that Carolina defensive line last year. Kingsley Enagbare is a guy who I think can be a really good pass rusher in this league. I saw some sort of flashes from him last year. I think when you look at Zach Pickens inside, Aaron Sterling, that front might be a little bit better than people believe. You get Ernest Jones and Sherrod Green back at linebacker. And then, you think about the fact that you've got J.C. Horn and Israel Mukuamu at corner. South Carolina may be in a better spot at corner than any team in the SEC, just because they have two big physical corners that have a ton of experience that can play man. So that's going to allow Will and T-Rob to do a lot of different things with that defense. I'm a little more interested in the other side of the ball, though. I want to see Colin Hill, this Colorado State transfer, now working with Mike Bobo against a pretty good offensive line. Darius Hutchinson's a good player. Dylan Wanham's a good player. And the one thing that South Carolina has not consistently done the last 3 years with this juggling act at offensive coordinator is stay committed to the run game. I mean, it'll be 20 attempts in a half and then 2 attempts the next half, 40 attempts in a game and then 12 the next game. Mike Bobo is not going to get away from the run for an extended period of time. So I think that could bring some real consistency that's needed to the Gamecock offense. And you're right about Tennessee. One of the best offensive lines in the league, the best offensive linemen playing football this year, maybe Trey Smith and Wyatt Davis neck and neck. But I'm anxious to see that group go. And if they had Cade Mays, they'd be even more fun to watch. But you're not going to get your regular left tackle starting because Wanye Morris was put in quarantine twice. So, I mean, going into this week of game preparation, he only had 2 practices under his belt. So, just kind of want to see how that thing plays out. Can Garrett Tano not throw it to the other team? And the Tennessee defense, want to see what they look like because they're replacing some real star power as well.
Top 25 matchup tomorrow in the Plains. Number 8, Auburn hosting number 23, Kentucky on the SEC Network. Our guy, Cole Kublik, will be on the call. Have a great call, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Let's go.
All right, man.
Let's go, dude.
Close that hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you by the Lanois, Lanoix agency.com. Remember, Lanois Insurance Agency. You can find them there, 749-5640. Lanoix agency.com. You need auto, business, flood insurance. You can get in touch with Randy, Brian, or David this morning. Lanoix agency.com.
Lanoix. That's not good spelling. Whatever. Lanoix. Lanoix agency.com. For all of your insurance needs. Also for all your delicious fried catfish recommendations. Randy is the patriarch, the OG, but he's raised his sons, David and BJ, pretty good. Okay? And they're going to customize the policy to match your specific needs. Going to actively save you money without you lifting a finger. That's what happened to me this last year. Couldn't have come at a better time. It was pre-pandemic, but look how much it ended up helping. But yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I get a call. BG's like, hey, I got you a new rate. I've saved you a few $100. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. If you don't have that, get that. You can also get flood insurance. Like we said, bundle your home and your auto. They're the best. LanoixAgency.com, LanoixAgency.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community without being asked? We think that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust. If you know someone who exhibits all of these qualifications, nominate them for a Good Citizen Award, and they could receive $500 from Citizens Bank. And we'll recognize them here on the show. Get the details at citizensbankandtrust.com, and then nominate your good citizen.
At Corbell Toyota in Opelousas, you can get into a RAV4 for $3,000 off MSRP. That's right, $3,000 off MSRP. And we have plenty in stock. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corbell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
$11,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150. Buy a new one for less than a used one. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors.
It's a football Friday on Jimmy Ott's Game Time. The guys preview LSU's season opener against Mississippi State and make all their weekly picks. We're live at Ruffino's on Highland Road from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, stick around for OTB OT. Marlon Favorite will be here. Also, the Degeneration Dome tier list is available. French fries?
Yes. So today's Casual Friday tier list, as you can see behind me, are different sorts of French fries. Danny did an incredible job of finding a lot of different fries. So far, we all chose our S tier. We have curly fries, waffle fries, shoestring, and sweet potato fries in the S tier.
Who chose sweet potato? Danny?
Classic.
In
Old,
shape.
old biceps.
Sweet potato fries pretty good, man.
They're very good, but I mean,
I would take crinkle cuts over sweet potatoes.
I mean, dude, are they S tier?
That's kind of a hot take, Jordy. Okay.
Crinkle
Okay.
cuts.
For sure. Over
Whoa, where are
sweet
you getting
potato
good
fries.
crinkle
Wow.
cuts from? I feel like I don't have too many good crinkle
home.
Oh, you're talking about like out the oven?
absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
okay.
I mean, if you can go about 3 minutes extra, make them a little crispy.
Yeah, dump a bunch of Tonys over the top of them.
A little salt and pepper.
Okay, either way. They're very good when you do that. It's fair.
Okay, so y'all backed off that hot take.
Well, I was just thinking about what restaurants serve crinkle cuts, but you're right. I ate like an entire family-sized bag of crinkle cuts in Monroe last weekend, so I cannot sit here and talk too much trash about it. So we will try to science out the best fries in the world as we normally do. Jordy, I know you got to go, bro. Score prediction, or not a score, whatever. Prediction for tomorrow. What you think?
I got LSU. I think LSU covers the 17.
Okay.
I think that Mike Leach makes it interesting at points in the game, but LSU ultimately runs away with it. I like something like 42-17, 42-14.
Yeah, that's basically what I said last night. It seems to be what a lot of LSU fans said. Maybe a little worrisome. Everybody's thinking the same, but we shall see. All right, Jay, have a great day.
Later.
OTBOT coming up next. Stick around.
Off the Bench with Collada and T-Bob.
Daily brought to you by Secure Shredding and Recycling. Remember, you can find them online at secureshreddingandrecycling.com. Get in touch with them over there as they take care of all your document destruction. They are a document destruction specialist. They can help individuals, businesses, nonprofit organizations, and government agencies. They offer mobile shredding, drop-off shredding. They can, destroy your hard drives. Online, secureshreddingandrecycling.com.
SecureShreddingandRecycling.com, SecureShreddingandRecycling.com for all your document destruction needs. You mentioned Off the Bench, get a couple hard drives destroyed for free. But yeah, look, the bottom line is document destruction is a services business, okay? And these guys are local. They're LSU grads. They're going to give you better rates than the national guys, but more importantly, they're going to give you the best service, okay? There's a relationship there. They're there to work with your needs. As Jordy said, they got drop-off points. They can destroy on your property. They can bring it back to their property. They can get it done no matter what, and it's good for the environment. SecureShreddingRecycling.com.
When it's clearance time, smart customers rush to Richards Honda because all your favorite Honda models are at fantastic prices. And with our fanatical customer care, it's no wonder people call Richards Honda the smart choice.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Do you know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who, without being asked, shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community? We believe that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust.
So, if you know someone that sounds like what Jordy was just describing, nominate them to be your good citizen, and they'll have a chance to win $500 from Citizens Bank and Trust. Plus, we'll mention him right here on the show. So go to citizensbankandtrust.com for more details and nominate your good citizen.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Your Honda needs some TLC, and Richards Honda is the smart place to get it. With oil changes at just $39. And with so many service bays, you'll be in and out super fast. Schedule your appointment today at richardshonda.com.
This hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Friday, September the 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see partly cloudy skies with a high of 81. In case you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, go ahead and catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Brought to you by Carriages. Coming up today on OTBOT, Marlon Favorite from the LSU Sports Radio Network joins us next. The Yacht Father Jimmy Yacht, Ben Mintz, and Megan Making Money square off in the Degeneration Dome at 9:30. Follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch live over at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Get inside the Bayou 4 chat and make sure to subscribe to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube pages, set your notifications. New content posted daily. OTBOT starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What up, y'all? What's up? Welcome in OTBOT. It is Friday, Casual Friday in full effect. Got my guy Benny Mintz by me. Mincy about to get LASIK, and because we are dancing monkeys, it'll be live streamed on 1045's ESPN YouTube. You want to watch Mintz gets LASIK, or is it on the Facebook?
Facebook Live.
Okay, it's on the Facebook Live, but if you want to watch
3:00.
Mincy get Facebook 3 o'clock, it's got to be better than watching Moscona show. There you go, dude. He's got your back, man. We got a great hour coming up for you. We're going to continue our Fry tier list. I would like to pose a question to the audience. The S tier is crowded right now. Who should get bumped down? string fries? What is it? The shoestring fries or the sweet potato fries? Let me know, and we'll go with the science. We got to go talk to my guy Big Fave in a second here. The energy of game day, the consummate entertainer, the man who actually would perform for the team even at New Year's back in the day. A true Renaissance man is Big Fave. And then, as Matthew said, the generation double. We got to get some better picks, boys.
We do.
Right now, Megan's leading the way 3-3. Otter and Mincy are at 2-4. And hey, I guess it makes sense. I'm the worst gambler. Like, I'm not the real pro, and I'm 1-4-1. So hopefully we give you some better picks this week. All right now, let's go to the phone lines. We got a game tomorrow. It's decided in the trenches. He hosts the Inside the Trenches podcast. I'm talking about my guy, Big Fave, Marlon Favorite, at Big Fave 504 on Twitter. Fave, what's happening, brother?
Keep busy with him, baby. Hello, somebody. Talk to me, BR. What's good?
Let's go, Fave. Chilling, bro. We are all, we're obviously all very excited about tomorrow. How you feeling, man? What's your day look like tomorrow? Lay out how everybody can listen to you tomorrow.
I'm feeling excited. Tomorrow, you guys can tune in. We're going to be at TJ Ribs tomorrow, broadcasting live. Of course, practicing social distancing, even amongst each other. Hello. And we'll be on at noon. We'll start our broadcast at noon. Pre-game warm-up, with yours truly, Brandon Taylor and Hunt Palmer.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. I know. I can't wait. And Fave, let's dive into it, man. The game tomorrow, LSU, Mississippi State, 2:30, CBS. I want to talk defensive line because that is a group that has a chance to be one of the stronger groups on this team. Losing Tyler Shelvin hurt, but you get Neil Farrell back. You still got a lot of talent in that crew. You're connected. What are you hearing? What are you expecting out of this LSU defensive line this year?
I'm expecting them to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. You know, how they said, put on like we used to. I love what LSU has done over the past few years with Coach Aranda. But T-Bob, you know this. I'm taking you back to your freshman year in college. You know, we used to get after that ball, particularly off the edge with Tyson Jackson and Raheem Alim and all of those guys. Kirsten Pittman had a phenomenal year his senior year. Those guys have that opportunity. We know one of the most decorated defensive tackles in LSU history is Glenn Dorsey, and he flourished in this defense. All of us ate. We did well. So I'm excited mostly about that. I saw Jacoby Stevenson tweet out, looking forward to seeing my defensive linemen get after the quarterback. So I'm excited about that, T-Bob. I am.
Yeah, he said that he feels like the 3-4 had kind of put basically D linemen in a 3-4 are like O linemen. They're doing the dirty work, right? They're not getting a lot of the disruptive glory. They'll have their shot this Saturday. Okay, I want to ask you about Pelini, but before we get there, you mentioned the edge guys, right? Like Kirsten Pittman, Tyson Jackson, Raheem Alim back in the day. I don't know that LSU has that right now. How are you feeling about that defensive end position heading into tomorrow?
TBA, to be announced. Again, we didn't really get a chance to see that last year because that's not the defense they ran. So we didn't – you had guys that, like Caleb Von Shaston, who had a big sack this weekend for Jacksonville, didn't really turn up to the end of the season because of the format of our defense. Now let's see what these guys. Glenn Logan, he's a guy that in this defense is a three tech. We know that the 3-tech has a two-way go. Hence the reason Glenn was able to beat Charles Alexander, yours truly. So that's going to help. Whereas you have a guy in Sakiaka. Sorry, big dog, I messed his name up. Shouts out to my islanders out there. You heard me. He's one of those guys, in my opinion, who could really clog that one gap defense up and really wreak havoc in this type of defense. And this isn't to talk or basically badmouth the decision of Tyler Shelvin for leaving, but I mean he was going to really get off in this defense. But again, I do understand that. But to answer your question about the defensive ends, TBA to be announced. Your hands in the dirt. Let's see it happen.
Absolutely love it. Big Fave at Big Fave 504. Listen to Inside the Trenches podcast. Catch him on the Eagle 98.1 Game Day crew with Hunt Palmer and Brandon Taylor tomorrow. Big Fave knows he's been in the battles. He's been in the trenches. He's also played for Coach Pelini. And so what do you think, Fave? Coach Pelini's been out of the major college football game for a little bit now, and he's definitely one of the main storylines entering tomorrow. You played for them, man. What makes Coach Pelini different?
I think his personality. Most coaches they have this league torch of, hey, do what I say, do it hard nosed. Coach Pelini, he'll get bucked, but he'll also pull you to the side and talk to you and learn more about what you feel about the play. So, in being able to let the defensive line be versatile and do twists, we had freedom up front. That's why we were comfortable and able to get after the quarterback when we did. So he does bring that. He's a national championship coach. Like you said, he's been out of the big league for a while, but I won't sweat the technique, baby. I know the mind is still there, and I'm excited about him. I've heard Coach O rave about him. So this defense, and here's another thing, T-Bob, I want to go to the secondary for a second.
Yeah.
Chevy Jackson, Jonathan Z9, all of these guys, our cornerbacks I played with, they had that freedom. We did more cover 1, cover 3 because they trusted us up front, So I'm looking forward to seeing a man-on-man battle with guys like Derek Stingley as well.
Well, and so that's perfect, Fave, because that's where I was going to go next, right? Like, that is a relationship between the D-line and the secondary that is built on trust. Like you said, they have to trust you that the quarterback's not going to be able to just sit back there forever. But in the same way, you have to trust them that they can win the one-on-one battles, right?
Correct, exactly. The timing is everything, T-Bob. Like, one thing our cornerbacks, we used to talk about in our defensive rooms all the time, get after the quarterback. Because even if you don't get the sack, you still affect the quarterback, whether it's a batted ball or a hand in the face or just that pressure. They feel that, and it alters the throw in some facet, and our corners loved it. I mean, I can remember back in the SEC championship, we had a big-time pressure, Jonathan Z9, big-time interception, touchdown.
Yep.
That's the Pelini effect, baby. That's what Pelini's defenses do. And with the group of athletes we have there, that's something I'm looking forward to. I get the question marks, though. But y'all Tiger fans out there, we haven't seen these guys pin their ears back, meaning only have one gap responsibility. You're not two-gapping. You're not just holding up linemen for Devin White to fly around and make millions, for Patrick Queen to fly around and make millions. Oh, baby, we got that big Glenn Darcy money coming back, baby. D-line eat, baby.
See, spoken like a salty D lineman, dude. Right? See, you get a little taste of the O-line plight, Fave. All the dirty work, none of the glory, and look at you. You're already getting back to the 4-3, dude. Hey, what's your idea on the offense? Like, what do you think it looks like tomorrow?
I think it looks fluent. I think that's one of the highlights. I know we lost a lot of guys to the draft, but Miles Brennan has been sitting back in the wind. You have a guy that's, played that activity in at least 17 games over his career. Think back to the Danny Edelman days. Yeah, that guy, Miles Brennan, was there too.
Yeah.
And he like myself, me and Glenn Dorsey, we were roommates on the road. So we would watch film. We would break down things. We would discuss how we were going to make plays. That happened with this kid for the past 2 years.
Yep.
With arguably one of the best college football quarterbacks ever, and Joe Burrow.
It's a great point.
So you got a guy that's A, mature, B, he has the skill set, and I check him out, look like he's been hitting the weights over there with old Tommy Marvin, huh? So,
he looks good, dude.
Yep, it's clicking, man. So I'm excited. I like where we're at. We're not up in the top 1, 2, this returning team. No, we lost some guys, so we got to build, baby, and that's what it's all about.
Fave, on offense, who by day's end, who has the biggest day statistically, do you think? And take Brendan out of it just because he's a quarterback and, he'll amass stats. Which one of the skill positions ends up having the biggest day? Which player?
Terrence Marshall. Terrence Marshall Jr. He's the number one guy. You don't have Chase. So think number one receiver, Jamar Chase out of high school. Number 2 was Terrence Marshall Jr. He's a guy that had a tremendous year last year. He didn't opt out. He's back. So I'm excited to see him in the lineup. In a quiet assassin, too, I know there's a running back by committee thing going, but that dude John Emery, man, when he get in there, he's elusive. So I didn't get a chance to get a lot of reports about John Emery, but, I know he's the third running back. But T-Bob, we've always been running back by committee. With his skill set, I think he'll make some breakout plays as well.
Big Fave, Ben Metz here. I've got a quick question on the defensive side. With Mississippi State only has 41 returning catches, the wide receiver position. A little bit of a mismatch. LSU's DBs have a big edge. Do you think that's going to enable Pelini to just turn up the heat on them?
he's going to turn up the heat. I do expect that sometimes to see cover zero, where we send a house and it's just man coverage. We have that skill set at the cornerback position. So, if you got Coach Leak, this is his first year at Mississippi State. They don't know what it is. They battle with the coronavirus like everybody else. So this is going to be their first real test as a new team. So I'm excited to see some blitzing. That's another thing. Coach Pelini don't mind blitzing. Especially when he has confidence in his secondary.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see Clark and Cox and whoever else ends up. Jacoby Stevens, I think, factors into that blitz attack as well. Big Fave, thank you so much. You're my big bro. Thank you for everything you do. Can't wait to listen tomorrow. Everybody check out Fave. Fave, tell everybody where they can find all your stuff.
Man, you can check out Inside the Trenches podcast, wherever there's podcasts. You can also check us out tomorrow on 98.1 The Eagle, baby. We'll be LSU Sports Network, yours truly, Brandon Taylor, Hunt Palmer. Yeah, Big Fave 504 on Twitter. Y'all check me out. I'm going to keep it going. It gets funny for football season, so following me does get interesting, man. But, guys, thanks so much for having me on the show. You heard me?
Yes, sir. Every Friday, Big Fave going to be stopping by here with us. He's the best, a Renaissance man. We'll get some freestyles out of Fave later this football season as well when we need them, when we need the win. Fave, thanks so much, bro. Take it easy.
Anytime, bro. See y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Big Fave 504 on Twitter. Hit him up, Marlon Favright, one of my former teammates, great LSU Tiger, and a man who won a national championship playing for Bo Pelini. All right, coming up next here on OTB, it is science time. That's right, Casual Friday tier list. What are the best fries in the world? To figure out the objective 100% correct answer next.
OTB, OT.
Football is back. Tune in Sunday for a full day of NFL coverage starting at noon with the Bengals and the Eagles, followed by the Cowboys and Steelers at 3:25 and the Saints-Packers at 7:20. Then, Monday Night Football as the Ravens host the Chiefs. The NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Hi, this is Chance Inman, President and Chief Operating Officer for Janney King Gulf Coast. Here are some ways to protect yourself and those around you from the coronavirus. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover coughs and sneezes with your elbow. Disinfect high-touch surfaces regularly. Use non-contact methods for greeting others. And avoid touching your face. Following these steps, as well as social distancing, should help all of us stay healthy.
Janney King, the king of clean.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele, Jay Ducote, Ryan Terrio, and the guest picker. It's all Friday 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, welcome back, y'all. It is getting, oh man, boys, it is getting intense here. Just ask Galileo or Newton. No one ever said that science was going to be easy. It doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. You know, Ben, if they hadn't done the science, we wouldn't know that we revolve around the sun. And I don't want to go out on too much of a limb here, but I feel like we're doing like the same type of work. And so you're welcome, Baton Rouge, South Louisiana, for this science. So okay, here we go. Casual Friday tier list is in full effect. We are ranking potato fries. Shout out to, was it Musso in the group chat who came up with this last night?
Yeah, it was me.
I did not expect this to have as much legs as it does.
I didn't either. I thought I named every fry when I submitted the idea, and I was like, this actually might not be great. But then Danny over here comes in clutch and shows us that there's so many different variations of French fries.
And it turns out most of them are pretty damn good. And so there's some hard decisions being made right now. So as it stands, in the bottom tier, we'll go bottom to top. In the bottom tier, we got potato wedges, cottage fries, Belgian fries, and steak fries. I know I've influenced this tier a lot. I am not a fan of an overly thick fry, obviously, as you can tell.
I agree with that.
You're just eating a potato at that point,
just too
dude.
dense. It's not crispy. It's not.
There's no crisp. It's so soft. What are your teeth made of felt?
The disrespect for potato wedges is just... It's just unbelievable right now.
It's not even a fry. It's just a wedge of potato.
That is fried. So, yes, it's a fry.
On the low tier, so Danny mentioned I was at DC a little bit. So, yeah, bottom tier. Low tier, we got chips from like your fish and chips in the British style, which can be very good, but you need the chips to set them off. Or, excuse me, you need the fish to set them off. Then we have crinkle cut fries, which, again, I know a lot of y'all make them in the oven, and they're very tasty. You can put Tony's, salt and pepper on them. And if you're good at making them, that's all well and good, but they are frozen fries at the end of the day, right? So, I mean, I can't sit here and put them above the low tier. In the mid tier, we got your standard cut fries. I kind of like this. Makes a lot of sense, right? Because it can go either way, and a good standard cut fry is perfect. It's delicious. We also got shoestring fries. I would put them in the D tier. I'm not a fan at all. Musso?
I love shoestring fries, and if they're available, I normally ask for them.
I don't know. I had a bad experience one time. It's not worth going into, but never again. But that's fine. So we met in the middle. You wanted them high. I wanted them low. They end up in the middle tier. And then we have tater tots here. And tater tots are interesting. We have consulted the scientific methods in the textbooks. And we have decided that tater tots actually do indeed, by genus and phyla, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Species is what you're looking for there.
Yes, thank you. Genus and species, they belong to the fry kingdom. So we have decided to put them on this list. Mid-tier feels low. But as you're going to see, there's a lot of tough decisions we're having to make here. In the high tier, we have your sweet potato fries and your cheese fries. And then in the S tier, we have curly fries and waffle fries. We also have chili cheese fries on the list, not yet ranked. And we have garlic fries, not yet ranked. Okay, does anybody have a change that they would propose to this list?
I think we should only have one in the top tier.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I want to cut waffle fries down.
Wow.
I would take curly fries. Curly fries over waffle fries any day.
I can't bump either of those. I'm sorry.
Ben?
They're both.
Tough decisions got to be made, but man,
Look, go with your heart. I don't want to influence you, but I'm just going with my heart.
I'd keep them both up there, man.
I think we got to bump down waffle fries.
I'm with you, Danny.
I would bump sweet potatoes for tater tots. I'd flop them.
I agree with
I would
that.
take tots over sweet potato fries any day of the week.
I agree with that, unfortunately, Danny.
That's fine with me.
Okay. So
I do think we have to have one champion.
Yes.
Of the
Well, okay. Let's put it to a vote. Because the room is split. Unless anybody has some rhetoric that they want to engage, or you know what? Okay, we'll leave it for now. We'll circle back around to it. Just know, Danny, I'm on your side. These two are split against us. We'll see where it goes. Maybe we can ask the degenerates next, and they can weigh in on the matter. What do we do with garlic fries and chili cheese fries?
I would say garlic are probably a solid C tier.
Yeah, I'm kind of into the idea of moving standard cut down to D.
Oh, wow.
And then moving garlic into C. Well, I'm not going to hurt you anymore on shoestring.
Well,
I'm
just mean standard cut, though. I mean, that's kind of like the OG. But
it is.
And they can still be really good.
It is. But garlic fries are a standard cut with a little flourish.
That's true.
Right?
Okay, that's
And
fair.
so,
That's fair.
Now, I guess it depends if you like the flourish or not. I love garlic.
So maybe,
my favorite part of a crawfish boil is garlic. I will sit there and just eat the garlic straight up. I mean, I don't even need a tail with it. Although I do think I love delicious bites of food, right? I love a fajita. I think you combine so many different elements into this great singular bite of food, especially a surf and turf fajita. A well done crawfish boil with a just a perfect tail, a perfect juicy head, and a piece of garlic all in your mouth at the same time.
It's pretty quality.
I mean, it is borderline erotic. And not even borderline for me a lot of times.
I'm very pro garlic as well.
Yeah. So we'll put garlic fries in the mid tier. What do you do with chili cheese fries?
I think
we can't have them and cheese fries super high up. What's better, cheese fries or chili cheese fries?
Chili cheese fries is better. I think.
I kind of think so too.
The chili just puts it over the top.
How do you feel, Mints? What's better, cheese fries or chili cheese fries?
I feel like chili cheese fries are and every now and then more of a commitment, and cheese fries are more of a day to day thing. I feel like you're more likely to eat cheese fries often. I don't know if that matters though.
No, I actually think I've been persuaded. I agree. That's a solid breakdown. Chili cheese fries almost more than tater tots. Chili cheese fries are breaking out of the actual fry category. We're not gonna get rid of him. We'll leave him on here. Musa, what are you so excited about? What's going on back there? Is there anything to bring on air?
No.
Okay. You're fine. Do your thing.
I'm out right now.
Do your thing.
I would move one either mid or low. One of them has to go down.
I agree. Okay, first, let's put chili cheese fries in the low tier. I say put chili cheese fries in the low tier. What do you think?
I agree with that.
Right? I mean, because I think Mincy laid out a good argument. They're delicious.
But it's a once every 3 months deal.
Yes, you can't be. I mean, I used to eat, like you said, walk-ons cheese fries like kind of on the reg. Chili cheese every now and then, and it's super sloppy, right? You got to kind of eat it with a fork a lot of times. So, okay, D tier there. Danny, I'm with you, man. If you bump one out of S into A, this is a really good list. So we need a vote. Put it on the poll question, and we will decide by the time it is done which is the superior fry, curly fries or waffle fries. Loser gets bumped down. That's science, people. And actually, we're supposed to go to commercial break here, but Muso's left the room. So, Moose, what's up, dude? Commercial.
And also think of a mid tier that should go down, or either mid or low tier that should go down.
Okay. Well, we'll circle back. We're gonna go to break. Never mind. We're not gonna do the break yet. Okay, then let's talk about it.
Are these spicy curly fries up top or regular curly? Because I think that's
I guess in my brain they are spicy.
Okay.
Right? I mean, is that correct?
But that needs
I mean,
to be
yeah,
good.
sure.
Yeah, right. Do you care? Do you care either way? I love a
good.
spicy curly fry. That's the ideal fry. Especially when you get one that's real tightly bound, man. Oh, it's so damn good, dude. Like a little spring. Okay, so we officially put a vote on Twitter for curly versus waffle.
Okay.
Loser will get bumped down. And then we're saying that we may need to bump 1A down to B, and then we're good to go.
All right.
And then we'll be good to
look
go.
at it.
We're going to go commercial to Generation Dome next. We'll finish off the science at the end of the show. Stick around, OTBOT.
OTB, OT. Saints coverage, Chiefs, Cowboys, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Auctioner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Auctioner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Do you know the proper way to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in your office? We do. We're Jani-King, a leader in the cleaning industry for over 30 years, and we've developed comprehensive programs to address proper cleaning and disinfection. We have experience in applying disinfecting programs in hospitals, office buildings, schools, and other venues. Now we're ready to help and able to assist customers that need disinfecting services.
Jani-King, the king of clean.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
It's a football Friday on Jimmy Ott's Game Time. The guys preview LSU's season opener against Mississippi State and make all their weekly picks. We're live at Ruffino's on Highland Road from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What's up, y'all? Casual Friday in effect. Football Friday in effect. We got Otter on the Comrex. He's already over at Ruffino's. Mintz, you'll be heading over there after this. Keep Mintz super busy. Look for his LASIK eye surgery on Facebook Live at 3 o'clock.
So weird.
And we got our girl, the leader in the clubhouse right now, Megan Making Money, Triple M, at Megan Making Money on Twitter, handing out picks. She works for FanDuel, and it's easy to see why. She's putting y'all boys to shame. I am doing the worst, but I'm not a pro, so I don't have any pride in this. It's all good. It's a great excuse. If I start to win, I will absolutely lord it over all of y'all that I'm smarter than you. So this is a no-lose proposition for me. All right, let's go ahead and recap last week. So last week, Mincy, you went 1-2.
Yes, second straight week.
Gardner Minshew came through for your boy. We went head-to-head on the Jags. Did not work out for you.
I got lucky. Tennessee won in my Survivor.
You went head-to-head with the Oddfather with the Bears. Trubisky comes out. You got to be feeling good, and it just died on the vine.
We were in the Natchez Sportsbook together, and I got real salty when that pick six got called back late in that game, and the Bears missed a 48-yarder too.
Yeah. So Mincy goes 1-2. Oddfather goes 2-1. Nice win for Otter, and I went 1-2 as well, and Megan went 1-2. So a rough week as it sits today. I'm last, 1-4-1. Mintz and Otter, 2-4. Megan Making Money on top at 3-3. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Megan, we'll start with the leader. How you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great this week. I had a bad week last week, but I'm feeling a bounce back.
All right, well, let's hear it then. Where's your first pick? Who you got?
All right, my first pick is the Patriots versus the Raiders. I'm going with the Pats -5.5. Raiders on a short week, traveling west to east. Big emotional win for the Raiders against our Saints, obviously. You know, Pats had an emotional loss. Cam knew he definitely could have made that play. So I really like this as a emotional revenge game for Cam. Belichick watched Monday night. He's ready for the Raiders. I like the Patriots in this spot, and I'm laying the points with them.
All right, there you go. Megan Making Money, taking the Pats to cover the 5.5. Otter, I can hear you smacking back there. I imagine you're going to tell us.
Cappuccino, man.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
yeah. Well,
Megan, enjoy it while you can on the top. All right.
Well,
I do love that pick. I do love that pick. I do like. I like New England. So.
All right, Oddfather.
Like
well, I can guess. I can guess what you're eating. What are you eating?
I'm not eating anything. It's a cappuccino.
Oh, dude, I was just trying to set you up for the kolache thing, but that's fine. You blew it. You blew it. I opened the door for you, and you spit in my face, Otter. Give me your first pick, dude. Give me your first pick.
Can I run some numbers by you real quick, though, class?
I don't think you're going to do it anyway. So, yes, just go ahead.
0-2 the last 10 years. 0-2 teams straight up have covered the next week. How much percent? 75% of the time. Those teams are Denver, Cincinnati, and Atlanta. Teams that are 0-2 against the spread the following week. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. 68% of the time straight up. Against the spread, it's 75% covering the next time. That tells you there's overreaction by the betting public. The odds makers know that's going, and they got some it's a cesspool, man. When you talk about the Jets, Detroit, Cincinnati, Denver, Atlanta, Philly, Houston, and some others. Think about it last night. 68%. It was 33-16. It's now 34-16 as 0-2 Miami did cover last night against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So a little lesson for you. I'll bring a little tidbit, a little nugget for you every week.
God,
so,
dude, you got to get a 500 record before we can put any validity behind those nuggets.
Hey, T-Bob, kiss my kolache, okay? Mitchie, the Bears, 2-0, baby. All is good in the Windy City when Mitchie, boy, and the Bears were crushing over the New York Giants and just cruising along till Mitchie is Mitchie again. 2 second-half interceptions to let the Giants in the back door. Even after losing Saquon Barkley, we still get in the back door. The gift that keeps on giving, my boy Mitchie. Atlanta 0-2. I just split out the stats for you. 0-2, then favored over a 2-0 team. Yep. So your team is a bruised psyche. Those Falcons, yeah, that's your team, T-Bob. See Mitchie, baby. Once again, give me the Dirty Birds minus the 3. Part of that trend over the years of the 0-2 teams doing so well, it's desperation. It's desperation. You can close the shop if they don't beat Mitchie this week. We take an Atlanta minus the 3 over the Bears.
So for those that can't tell, Mint and Otter went head-to-head on Bears-Giants last week. And from what I could gather, Mint, it sounds like it was pretty insufferable watching that game live.
It was.
With
The Bears had a 17-0 lead. They got a pick six that would have gone up 24-10. They got called back on a bad call or a questionable call.
Of course it was.
Hold on. Kangaroo, quiet in the court. I will say this, Mintz, before we started this, you told me that you liked Falcons minus 3. Do you want to put that on your list here?
I do.
Okay, that's fine. No. I want everybody to pick their best picks.
Yeah, I want to win too, dang it, after the bad start. I like Atlanta as well. I don't think Chicago's designed to go play in domes very well. I think that favors Atlanta, playing in that track meet. And Chicago's the worst 2-0 team. I think Atlanta's the best 0-2 team. And so I like Atlanta by 3.
That's funny. Whenever I order at Kalachi Kitchen, he gets exactly what I do. He gets the breakfast tacos with guacamole on the side and on corn tortilla. So follow me again. Little plate. I guess at Ole Miss they didn't have to sign a plagiarism contract.
Look,
no wonder I'm broke.
I cannot. I forgot to do my picks ahead of time, which probably works out for me. I'm just going stream of consciousness here. I don't know why I'm about to pick this game because I do not have strong feelings on it at all, and I'll probably be wrong, but I can only be wrong so many times. Eventually, math says I have to be right. So therefore, Rams at Bills. I'm riding the Josh Allen train. Stephon Diggs. Bills starting 3-0 back-to-back years for the first time since 1991. If there was a table in here, I would jump through it. Bills Mafia all the way. Give me the Bills minus 1.5. Megan, pick number 2.
Donald?
Nah, screw Aaron Donald, dude. Josh Allen's about to run circles around here. Oh, is he out?
Is he going to play?
Oh, bro. I mean, you're talking to the wrong person. I have no idea. But hell yeah, I hope not. That works out for me. No Aaron Donald. There we go. Megan, pick number 2. Who you got?
All right. Next pick, I got the Seahawks minus 5.5. Look, Cowboys coming off an emotional win. If the Dirty Birds recover that onside kick, different story there. Look, Seattle they're letting Russ cook right now. I love Russell Wilson. The Cowboys got to travel up to their house. Also, fun fact, since 2010, Pete Carroll has gone 16-1 in September home games.
Damn.
I'm not going against that stat, and I'm rolling with my boy, Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Let's do it. By the way, Megan, I'm on FanDuel right now, and it looks like that line down to 5. So you got the hooks out of there, so you're good to go. Wonderful. Works out for you. Minty, who you got pick number 2 so Otter doesn't steal your pick again?
Want to thank real quick. Our good friends over at Beauvoir Park are having a huge throwdown post LSU State game.
Okay, you two.
Yeah,
oh
Captain Green, 6:30.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm going, man. I'm going. T-Bob, you coming? I'll be there.
Yeah, next
yes,
pick.
indeed, right after the game.
I'll be in the studio for like 12 hours tomorrow, so no.
Jeez.
My next
snuggle up.
My next pick, I'm going against Ott's 0-2 theory because I admit it, I was calling the Detroit hype, and I'm abandoning ship after 2 weeks.
Thank you.
And I want to explain how are they going to get a stop against Arizona in the desert. After Arizona scored against the Redskins and the Niners, who have great front sevens, I don't know if Detroit could stop them at all. I'm taking Arizona by 5.5, and I'm saying it. These Arizona games in the desert got a little feel of the old Saints Superdome when they used to score a ton. Arizona's going to score a lot of points on those fast-track games at home in the desert. I'm riding Arizona at home, kind of going forward until everybody else figures it out.
What a season it's been for the Cards. Already getting the cover, the Detroit. 5 and a hook. Who you got? Who you got, Oddfather?
Akuda's playing. Trufant's back, the other quarterback. And as Madonna would sing it back in the 80s, Galladay, he's back as well to catch those passes from Stafford, man.
But Galladay don't play defense. Arizona's going to score a lot.
Oh.
All right,
Here we
Oddfather,
go.
you're doing a lot of pontificating with a 2-4 record. What you got? Give me another
Kiss
winner.
my Kalachi, man. All right, here we go again. Let's go to the next one. I'm going against it, though. I'm going against an 0-2 team. This team is just too banged up, man. Went against Minnesota last week, and the Colts just dominated them again. They are just riddled with injuries and youth on the defensive side. They're down to quarterbacks 4 and 5. Hey, man, Indy settled for several field goals, had a ricocheted interception in the end zone, dropped a 40-yard TD by T.Y. Hilton, and the Vikings' only TD was in garbage time in the last few minutes of the game. It was bad and should have been worse. Tennessee, but normally this is an 0-2 special, but this thing is going to go up. Got it under 2.5. Thank you, Megan, for the early line. So give me the Titans. That's Ben's team.
Now you come
the
around.
Titans minus 2.5.
All right, I got. Let's see. Make sure I write all these down. Titans minus 2.5. All right, for my second pick. Look, speaking of injuries, there is a team, not the San Francisco 49ers, that has seen their fortunes change drastically since this season began, and that is the Denver Broncos. On the other hand, I like what I saw out of Tampa last week, Tampa Bay in full effect. Leonard Fournette, is that more of it, what we saw out of him to come? Give me the Bucs on the road in Mile High, thin air, thin hair, not for Tom Brady, Bucs minus 5.5. Triple M, where'd you got? Third pick.
All right, my last pick is, y'all were talking about running hospitals. I'm taking the Niners. I know how many people they have out, but look, like the Giants are missing like 50% of their offense with Saquon Barkley out. Not to mention, I don't trust Judge or Myles Garrett. I mean, Jason Garrett. My bad. I'm sorry. McKinnon's heating up. Look, I like the Niners in the spot at minus 3.5, I believe. Not a big Daniel Jones believer, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Niners here.
Dude, that's how you know she's a real degenerate. If you ride the Nick Mullins train, that's some next level analysis there.
He is a proven backup. I'm telling you guys.
He actually is good. Like the Nick Mullins stats. Remember, there was that storyline before Garoppolo made the Super Bowl. There was a storyline that Mullins and Garoppolo were like putting up the same numbers. So you're onto something there, Meg. I agree.
I'm telling you, look, the Giants without Saquon, no thanks.
All right, Otter, real quick, what you got? Third pick.
Megan, another chalk and cheese kolache week for you. All three favorites. My God, girl.
Chalk and cheese kolache.
You're beating me.
Oh,
you tell him, Megan.
Lord, Megan. Look, that's all right. We'll give you kolache when you get down here right before we go see the band at Beauvoir Park right after the game tomorrow. So anyway, this is my favorite pick of the month, guys. My September Steam. Now, this is a guaranteed winner or a free kolache. Love this one. KC against the spread streak finally ended last week at 10. They had covered 10 in a row dating back to last year versus the Chargers. And by the way, I had the Chargers, and thank you, Tyrod. You couldn't have done anything more for me than what you did in getting out of that game. Now they're getting points. Hottest number in the NFL is 3. We all know that, and it's not even close. Man, they are hooking them in with the bait to pull in the defending champs plus 3.5. Little championship hangover for KC. That high-powered offense, still a little skip off. How about this? Mahomes' yards per attempt, 27th in the league in the 2 weeks. They were dinking and dunking the last 2 drives at the end of regulation overtime last week. Not Lamar Jackson. How about where's he standing yards per attempt? Number 1, Ravens hungry after home losses the last 2 years in the playoffs. They are destroying people. September Steam, Ravens minus 3.5.
Hey.
Free kolaches for everybody.
Hey, Oddfather, nice pick, but what's this? You eating chalk and cheese kolaches? I see 3 favorites on your list. How are you going to come out against Megan and then you hand out 3 favorites?
How can you throw me out? Not fair,
Megan,
man. Not
Megan,
fair.
Megan, do as I say, not as I do. Okay?
All right, Minty, who you got? Your
I'll
third
make
pick.
it quick because I know we're up the clock. I like New England too.
Okay, love it.
Megan, almost
Love it,
every
dude.
reason Megan said, and especially with the way Cam Newton's playing.
All right, there we
Butter
go.
up, pick. There you go, butter up.
So, oh, wow. Okay, so Minty right now, he's in the Bucs. So joining Megan. Okay, y'all. I need something here, right? They say fortune favors the bold. Otter gave us that 0-2 stat. There's only, I've chosen 2 favorites. I need a dog to ride behind this week, and there's only one that jumps off the page. It's the one catching double-digit points.
Oh,
that's right. Against all odds! Against all odds! Adam Gase said it's going into hyperdrive this week. I just need him to put it in drive, and we'll be good to go. Give me the Jets, plus 11.5 against Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Fortune favors the bold. Let's do it.
Jets, Jets.
One word sums that up. In the words of Bill Raftery, onions.
Oh, Jets, Jets. We're going into hyperdrive. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Otter, Megan.
You know I'm just joking, right? JK,
Mincy. Chill out. Don't get soft now.
Save that for the text
Don't
thread.
get soft
Don't
now.
save that for the thread on air.
Yeah. Y'all have a great day. We got to go. Holla.
Bye, guys.
Later. All right, more OTBOT. When we get back, close down the show, finishing science, and we'll put out these picks.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
$11,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150. Buy a new one for less than a used one. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Do you know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community without being asked? We think that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust. If you know someone who exhibits all of these qualifications, nominate them for a Good Citizen Award, and they could receive $500 from Citizens Bank. And we'll recognize them here on the show. Get the details at citizensbankandtrust.com, and then nominate your good citizen.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Hey, it's Kate Voisin inviting you to join me, Coach Todd Black, and Coach Jimmy Roy for the Lake After Hours Lake Urgent Care Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. One more week till the regular season kicks off. We'll be talking officiating with Assistant Executive Director Lee Sanders. Tonight at 6, live from Walk-Ons in Town Center on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
This is a science dance because we just completed our list. Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. I feel like a weatherman. I got to do it backwards. But yeah, so that's a perfect staircase. We have once again applied scientific principles established by Galileo, Newton, Marie Curie. I don't know. And the point is, we have come up with a fully objective, 100% correct list as to how these fries rank. In the bottom tier, we got your potato wedges, your crinkle cut fries, your cottage fries. Some changes made. Crinkle cut lost out. Your Belgian fries and your steak fries. In the C tier, we got your chips. So your British fries. I actually might flip them and crinkle. Do you want to flip chips and crinkle?
I would.
Do we care?
Yeah, because I don't really care for the chips.
Yeah, let's flip chips and crinkle. I'm down for crinkle getting a little C tier love here. Okay, so in the C tier, we got your crinkle cut, your standard cut, your chili cheese fries, and your garlic fries. In the B tier, tater tots, sweet potato fries, and Musso, he did a good job of advocating for shoestring. There had a lot of people trying to pull him down. He held it down. He kept him in that B tier. In the A tier, we got cheese fries. And then remember, in the S tier, we had curly and waffle. We put it to democracy, science.
For like 40 minutes.
Science is science. Danny, who's the winner of the poll between curly fries and waffle fries?
The winner is curly fries.
I mean,
by a landslide.
There you go. There you go. What was the percentages?
The five actual curly fries you get in the batch.
Whoa.
Yep,
Okay.
I said what I said.
There's no need to be salty.
I said it's not salty. It's just the truth.
Or maybe there is because it's fries. Get it? So so being salty's fine.
That's a good one.
It's completely acceptable. Okay, so curly fries are your official greatest French fry of all time. The list is locked. Danny, watermark it. We're going to tag Tier Maker. We'll put it out on the internet, and we will engage in your insanely angry takes.
The backlash will be
all day.
insane.
It is going to be brutal this week, but I love it, and I can't wait. Bring it, you bastards. All right. Great show today, though. The Generation Dome, very fun. As always, I'm interested with the Pig Show, JTS. Mincy, how you feeling about tomorrow, bro? LSU, Mississippi State, what you got?
I like, as it comes closer to kickoff, I like LSU more and more, even laying the points.
Yeah.
I just think State's roster is in a huge state of flux, going from Dan Mullen to Moorhead to Leach. And you think of a Leach team throwing it, they're really weak at wide receiver. LSU's DBs have a massive edge in this game. They're going to have to spread it out and run it with Hill to even keep it close. I like LSU.
There you go. I mean, I think I agree with everybody else. I'm right there in that 40-17 range. And maybe even 17. I don't know if I'm just getting too caught up in the hype. That even feels a bit generous.
Lane trained to more, too.
Oh, let's go, dude. Florida's going to whoop y'all's ass.
Maybe so, but hope is a good thing, damn it.
All right, huge thank you to Matthew Musso, Danny Cardenas. Y'all are the best. Great work. Ben Mintz, everybody else who stopped by. Jordy Collada, all you for the love of Purple and Gold. We love you. Football Friday. Go Tigers. Who dat? Win on Sunday night. And we'll recap it all on Monday.
OTB, OT.
Here at the Big Squeezy, we continue to serve the Baton Rouge and Southeast Louisiana